Welcome to That's Absurd Podcast, your source for everything hip-hop, pop culture, sports, and more. Tune in, subscribe, enjoy.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of That's Absurd Podcast. I go by the name of Juno, a.k.a. Melvo.
It's your boy, Gene P.
Hello, everybody. This is Swerve.
And we are back for another week. But before we get the episode started, I just want to let you guys know, moving forward, episodes will be released on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, starting on what day is that? The 24th. So we won't be recording. You won't get an episode next week, but you will get one the following Tuesday. Since we're moving the episodes to be released on Tuesdays.
I think you're gonna hit them over the head with two.
Pause. But fucking around, they might not even get an episode next week.
Yeah, so
the following week.
Depending on when Nate is prepared, you guys will get an episode that following Tuesday.
Yeah, that following Tuesday.
So I can't guarantee you guys. I can't guarantee you guys the 24th or the 25th.
But
nor can I guarantee you July 1st or the 2nd. Whenever Nate is ready.
I can't really guarantee.
That's when y'all gonna get it.
It's be like the Epstein list. You can't really take anything. It's coming though.
It's coming, yeah. Speaking of we coming, I got these glasses on that I got from these Dion glasses. It's kind of crazy. Hey, guy got we coming on the side of the glasses. Of all the things.
That was one of their slogans this season.
We coming?
Yeah, because you know how they got all the you guys not ready for this, you guys not ready for that, blah blah blah. And that was one of their slogans. Because every week he used to do a different slogan, which was kind of dope. And that would be their slogan for that week. But "We Coming" was a very popular one.
They got time for slogans, but they ain't got time to win football games. Nigga's son getting drafted 5th round. Come on, Sanders.
No,
we got to do better.
Nah,
we got to do better.
So you really think it's because of his play that he got drafted the 5th round?
Nah, it's because of his daddy. This is all towards his dad.
So
this is everything to do with his dad. It's not
niggas. Yeah, was hating.
Yeah, they trying to show you that Sanders, your brand is a big brand, but it's not bigger than the NFL brand. So you're gonna have to learn. If I got to teach you through your son, that's what it got to be.
Because there was no way there was 5-6 quarterbacks better than. Not even. I wouldn't say there was 5 players in the draft that are better than Deion's son.
Yeah, he went 144th.
And there's not 5 players in that draft that's better than him. There might be 1 or 2, maybe 3, but there's no way.
So what do you say to the people that say this don't really have nothing to do with any type of racial undertones or nothing like that? It's just brand. It's just a brand versus brand. We're just trying to teach this guy a lesson.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything racial, because Deion is kind of like OJ. If you understand what OJ was.
I don't understand what OJ was. OJ
super. What's the word I'm looking for, Nate? He superseded race.
That's what he thought, right?
That's what everybody at the time. Some people you might think supersede race until it's that time. P. Diddy superseded race at one point. Look at him now.
He's still super. So that's why I'm saying Deion isn't at that fall yet where he's like been demolished. So at this point, it's not about race when it comes to Deion. I don't think
for his son.
Or it's based on him, not his son. I don't think it's based on race. It's
You think his son's catching hate from Deion or because his son?
I think his son
is catching
dropped down that low in the draft because of his dad.
Because his dad is his involvement.
No, it was
I don't know
just.
if it was race.
I guess no. I think it was because they figured they saw it as arrogant when they heard him.
You trying to tell me what team I'm not gonna
Right.
play for, or what team I can play for, what team rookie quarterback shouldn't go to.
I think what
Yeah,
happens
so
is
that's
the institution.
That's why I think that's where the hate came from, or we need to teach these people a lesson.
Yeah,
But I
'cause
don't think
they're
it had to
used
do with race.
But I feel like you could see it
You could
as
say
race
it's
because
race
look,
because Manning's did it.
Yeah,
And-
but that's
and
not
the-
only that. I was gonna say I don't know if it was gonna be race because Dion's always been arrogant, but he always proves it. But I think the institution's kind of saving itself, setting a precedent because now we're getting more second generation sports stars. If you don't nip this in the bud early, you could get a lot more of this. Fathers, old players giving games, and they're gonna lose control pretty soon. And you know what comes with it? Dion also wants to coach his son, so they'll probably let his son go anywhere.
Dion don't
First
want
year
to.
they
Dion
lose.
has stated he do not want to coach at the NFL level.
That's what he always says in the beginning, but that money comes.
yeah, when that
Everybody-
contract comes,
That's what he always says. But we're talking about college.
Yeah, but his
yeah.
This is the
Whoever
beginning.
gave him the bigger bag in
is the
college, he would have
beginning.
went there. He was at Jackson State, Colorado offered him a bigger
Exactly.
bag. He
builds
left.
it up and dips out. Yeah, you already know the next progression is going to be it's NFL.
NFL, that's where the bigger bag's at.
Not for coaches. Y'all better look
I
at
mean,
it.
for
Y'all better
NFL
in college. Yeah,
NFL
y'all better look
coaches-
at. It might be bigger as far as
no, college coaches tend
the
to get
look.
paid more. You're right on that
It's
one.
it's a better look to be in the NFL. But if you're talking about the bag, you're gonna stay in college.
But if you're bringing the star with you, you could get the bag along with it. So it's a win-win.
Not you're gonna get a bigger bag in college regardless.
That's true. But what I'm saying is, if he also feels like he's the best one that can coach his son. He's always said that.
I don't think he says that.
Or he likes like his son. He has no problem stepping away, but his son
I don't think he does, Nate. I think you're just making stuff up.
I mean, from what I've seen, and that's
He's
watching
always-
sparingly, he always act like he's like he doesn't give his son any extra. He doesn't look out for him, give him the extra son, but his son performs best under him. He knows how to coach him very well.
Well, we haven't
As
really
well as other
seen.
players.
You haven't really seen him under many other coaches besides.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why
fact.
that wouldn't be
But
a
that
fair
doesn't-
statement.
But that
But that
doesn't
was
mean that
Dion's
he's
statement, though.
that doesn't mean that he's opposed
That's
to his
not
son being
Dion's
coached by
saying.
somebody else.
That's
But
not
that was
Dion's
Dion's
saying.
statement
Because
saying
you
he
know
knows how
why?
to coach his son.
You know why I know you're wrong, Nate? Because when you play sports, there's different coaches. There's a
I know
quarterback
this.
coach.
I'm not saying you're
there's,
wrong.
There's
I'm
a
telling you what
lineman
the
coach.
coach is saying. So he's involvement.
I'm telling you, Nate. Dion has never said that.
Don't make me have to
Never.
find it.
He might say he know how to coach his son. He's not saying he's the best person to coach his son. He's never said that.
I didn't say he's the best. He knows how to coach. That's what I'm saying. So that kind of info.
Every coach says they know how to coach people.
They're the best coach for that
for that
student
player,
or whatever.
yeah. And if you
superstar.
already know you gonna name.
So yeah, Nate just Nate just be making shit up, bro.
Why would I make it up? This is someone. This is
Stuff
something I heard.
he hasn't seen or heard. He just know he knows the context of what's going on.
No, I
he
heard
just
Dion
start
said it.
adding
That's
shit.
how I remember what's his name.
He just start adding shit. But
Yeah,
other than
that's
that, fellas, what have you guys been up to, man? Swerve, what you been up to?
What did I do last week? Did I do something Saturday? Oh, I went to Top Golf. That's all I did. I went to Top Golf, hit some balls
Hey,
from the bottom
Hey,
row
yo.
too. That's all right. It's no pressure. I was hitting some balls from the bottom. I was hitting them pretty high. Pause. You know when
ain't
you
no pause now, nigga.
let me just pause the whole thing.
Go ahead.
Went to the Top Golf, and you can wait for. I usually like to be on the top, either our third floor, second floor, but I already paused the whole
Go
thing.
ahead, bro.
But you get quicker service if you go to the bottom. So I was just like, all right, let me just go to the bottom. They got these new like putters now, so I guess for the taller people, you don't have to worry about these little short ass clubs that they got.
Oh, they've been had those on the golf course.
I don't on the golf course. I don't be
Yeah.
on the golf course.
I'm just
I
saying.
go to
You
Top
talking
Golf.
about longer putters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been at those at the golf course.
Well, they didn't have them at Top Golf, but now they got them at Top Golf. Everybody, this is the tip that I got for y'all. Pause. Instead of using the club, trying to hit balls really far, use the 8-iron. The 8-iron. The iron is it's gonna say iron and it's gonna have a number 8 on it. Well, I guess the 8 doesn't really matter. I guess that's just for the height. But use the iron.
Where's this at?
If you're golfing, I say up Top Golf in general, but
I didn't know they give you different golf clubs at Top Golf. I thought it was just all the same.
Nigga, you've been to Top Golf several times, Nate. You saw?
Yeah,
Did you see one golf club at every bay?
No, what I mean is, I thought it was like multiple, but the same type. I didn't know. You know, like in golfing, you have different. You know what I'm saying? You have a putter. You have different. Actually, do they have different types of?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I've only been to Top Golf.
They have a whole set.
Times.
They have a whole set.
I've been to Top Golf and Drive Shack's the other one.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all niggas right now. If you this big age, and you ain't got a set of golf club, trash.
Get the fuck out of
that
here.
shit for the longest. Yeah,
Trash.
Get the hell out of here.
Trash.
You got a set of golf clubs. Where you be golfing at?
About 0.3 miles down the way from the house.
This nigga probably golfed one time. His whole time living there.
I'm just letting you know, if at this big age,
if
you don't have a set of golf clubs, trash.
I can't go for that.
I can't go for that neither.
As much as I try to promote it, let's say,
yeah.
I'll tell you, maybe if you have at this big age, maybe you should have what's the thing that you're expecting? with the racquetball?
Nah.
Maybe a racket. If you don't have a racket, that's one more thing you're more prone to be playing when you're older.
No, you're not. You're prone to be playing golf if you're older.
Golf is probably
costly, and it's only certain people that play it.
Yeah, it's probably one of the most overrated sports of all time.
While racquetball is almost everywhere.
It's such an elitist sport.
That's the reason I said at this big age. At this age, you should already be there.
At this big age, I should be an elitist.
You should already be there where you can go golf.
I can go golf.
This nigga talking about you should have a racket. You might as well have said basketball, Nate.
No, man. I'm for racket.
Nigga said a racket, bro.
How often am I going to? I could understand if I was a avid golfer, if I go golfing all the time.
It don't matter. You know why it don't matter? Listen, you have a lot of shit in your house that you spent a lot of money on that you probably only use twice every year.
For example. No. Because everything that I got that I spend money on, I use. I'm what you call a minimalist. I try not to buy it unless I'm going to use it. And I throw away shit that if I see I'm not using it, I'm getting rid of it. If that shit's sitting around, I'm like, I haven't used this in a while. If I can't find a new use for it, that shit's going in the trash.
If you look behind Nate, you can see a fucking CD.
Yeah, Nate is those people. Nate be keeping shit.
CDs.
Nate be keeping shit. I don't be keeping shit like that.
Had I know better, I would have kept a lot of stuff that we had growing up because them shits come back around. If you go around the vintage stores and shit like that, a lot of shit we had growing up, and them shit's going for top dollar right now. All those Echo shirts, you know what I'm saying? Bullshit like that. Everything. Pretty soon, CDs are gonna be vintage and cost good money.
Mm-hmm. Go sell them your closet, Nate.
Nah, I ain't got no CDs in there.
No, you still got the Echo on there. Didn't you wear an Echo shirt just like last week?
Never. My daughter, my daughter had found like an old Echo limited pants I had, but like I said, their generation are wearing shit we had growing up now as vintage wear.
I had some FUBU jeans somewhere.
Check the price on them. You can resell them shits.
Nigga, I threw them shits. I donated them shits.
Yeah, that's what we donate and throw them, and they sell them at vintage stores for a premium.
What's your favorite old school brand that's not around no more? Sneakers and clothes.
I'm gonna go with Echo. Echo was pretty dope at one point. Rockaware was dope too.
Yeah, that's mine's Rockaware.
Rockaware.
Rockaware, yeah.
I would say
clothing.
probably
Sneakers
probably
has always been Nike, so it's always
Yeah, they didn't go nowhere here.
You don't have a shoe that went away though.
Not that I was in love with.
You never wore.
The one
What's
shoe
that?
had like
Saucony's.
Saucony had a 2-year run, if even that. Like a little popped out, hot on the scene, got hot, and it died.
Yeah,
out.
that was only
They still
2
around.
years. They still
K-Swiss.
2 years. K-Swiss
K-
is stable. They're not going nowhere.
Nobody.
I mean, but
was
people.
wearing it.
K-Swiss
No one wears
was.
them, but they're still there though.
K-Swiss
Nate,
was
you
hot
had
for like
some
a year
K-Swiss,
or
Nate.
two.
You had some
Yeah, I
white
had a year
K-Swiss,
too.
Nate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a year or two. K-Swiss is there. But that's what I'm saying. They've always been like secondary, maybe a year. They've never been top of the heap. Even back then, it was like just sitting there. So I was kind of crazy.
They
how
was
they're
just
still
like
around.
runner-ups to the,
like
the
lugs.
classics.
Like lugs, exactly. They just was back there. They're never with Timberland.
Bro, them
Yeah,
K-
I had some lugs.
Yeah,
Nate,
lugs
they-
was never
That was
Timberland.
Birdman shit.
Nate, them K-Swisses was not. You did not never look fly in them K-Swiss, my boy.
Get the fuck out of here. I had the regular K-Swiss.
You had the all white K-Swiss.
imagine-
You had the
remember
all
this.
whites and then you had the all blacks, just like the Reeboks. You had the all whites and all black.
Just all white. Just all white. I
This
would've pulled all
nigga
black.
Desi Banks right here. He said, "No, never all white. I mean, never."
Just
Nate
all white.
never made them K-Swiss look good. That's
These are
the
lies.
that's the only reason I never owned a pair of K-Swiss.
But niggas was always wearing the same thing. They was always wearing the short plaid pants, and they was wearing the polos. Because
Because the K-Swisses were interchangeable with the Reebok. All you had to do was you didn't have the Reebok.
They were not
you put on the
interchangeable,
K-Swisses.
nigga.
I'm talking about fit wise. It's the same concept. The plaid shorts, polo
all
top. that's it.
yeah.
Same concept. That's all it is. I probably got the K-Swisses because they were out of Reeboks at the time.
I'm just letting y'all know why I never purchased a pair of K-Swisses.
'Cause of Nate.
I saw Nate with them shits on. I was so
I was
disgusted.
like, nah. He's like, nah. This ain't for me. I can't be like Nate.
I can't risk looking like that nigga if I put them K-Swiss on.
What shoe? That was another one that was popular. K-Swiss is a good one. Yeah, no Saucony, not popular, but they were what's the name?
Now this is true. I guarantee all you guys remember.
Beta Napes.
No, it wasn't even for us. Melissa's.
Oh, yeah,
I got
yeah.
my
Yeah,
wife
yeah.
back in high school. Then back in the
That
day.
shit was hot though.
Them shits were hot. Them shits were popping.
It depends if your
That-
your feet are nice, it's good.
In high school, everyone.
I
had
didn't
good
even
feet,
think
imagine.
about it. I guess
I
when
didn't
you
even
spoke,
look at feet back then. Yeah, I don't know if it was, but I don't remember it when I have jack feet.
See, Nate, you're still in their primitive life.
yeah, nigga had no standards.
Niggas was
I don't
just
remember
niggas
people
was
having
willing to
jack
hit
feet.
anything.
I don't remember people having jack feet. I don't know if that was a thing. And you're talking about kids' feet, bro. They ain't even go to hard labor yet. You know what I'm saying? This is high school. You
Nigga
get
said
bunions and
kids'
shit as you
feet.
get older. Yeah,
That's what I'm telling you.
I don't
Like
know if that's a thing.
for a chick to wear Melissa's, you have to have pedicured toes. Your shit gotta look nice. Your nose, your
Nate's
toes
saying
gotta
that
be
at that
done.
young
That was
age.
not a thing, and you not notice it. It definitely was not getting pedicure toes.
Nate,
This is high school.
Nah, girls was getting pedicures in high
girls
school. I
are getting
remember this.
pedicures at the age of 6 years old.
Yeah.
Maybe now, not back in high school.
Okay.
Not back in high school. Now
Nate, you
the
wasn't
kids
a
are.
girl. That's
Now
why
the
you
kids
don't
are.
know.
No, but I do
I was
remember.
in high school with my girl in high school paying for hairs and stuff. What are you talking about? Girls were not getting ped. That was maybe at a trip here, and that was not common. They were constantly getting pedicures. There was a certain maybe 1, 2 girls. That was
I don't
not
know.
common. Girls were not getting nails done.
The chicks I
constantly. They were
knew in
getting
high
hair
school,
done. And
the chicks I
clothes.
knew in high school was getting their toes done. Nate.
I would like to
Four
say the
girls in high
girls.
school. There might
I
have
don't
been 4
know.
girls in high
I don't know
school
what
I was
circle
getting-
you was running in,
There
Nate.
might have been 4 girls in high school that
Nate,
stayed
we
with
gonna
nails
leave it
and
alone
pedicure.
because you
Listen,
brought your wife
let's just
into it.
stop.
We just gonna leave it alone because I can't
Listen,
even
I'm-
talk. I can't
I'm
even
telling
talk
you,
greasy right now.
Listen, I have 3 sisters. I'm telling you, it was not a big thing for pedicure.
Nate, leave your family, leave your family out of it, bro. Leave your family out of it.
Listen, I'm just saying that
Because
became
niggas
more
can
of a
talk.
thing in high
Niggas
school.
can talk real greasy right now.
I'm just telling you, I don't remember that being. A
But
thing in high
you
school.
done brought up your family, your sister. Now we can't even talk greasy.
You can't do that anymore. Right?
Oh,
That's not how I recall it.
What else you did, Swerve?
me? No, that's all I did. Just top you off. Just big backing it all weekend. I'm back on that bullshit. Big Fruity Pebbles bags.
That
big
cereal will get you.
bowls, Swiss rolls, ice cream, cookies and
All carb. That cereal will get you.
Bro, yeah. Since the cruise, Swerve,
Yeah,
That's
I
what
haven't
he said.
stopped since the
I
cruise.
haven't stopped,
since,
bro. Today I put my foot down. I said no more.
No more. Yeah, because on the cruise, me and Nate was just talking about on the cruise. The whole time you're on the cruise, because they say, because not where the alcohol, it puts a halt to your calorie burning. So it's not only that are you not burning calories the whole time because you're drinking, you're also adding calories and weight because all the food that you're eating.
Yeah, man. I gained 8 fucking pounds.
Just on the trip or since the trip?
I think on the trip or since the trip and now 8 pounds.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Adulting sucks, though.
What about you, Nate? What you been up to, nigga?
When you could wipe out a month, 2 months worth of working out in just a fucking weekend party.
Yeah, but if you got it, you could wipe that bitch out in 40 minutes.
What do you mean?
What you mean?
Lipo, nigga.
Oh, you talking?
Come on, we gonna do it every time.
Nigga, I'm not a cheater. All right, Haitian men don't cheat.
What have I been to this past week? It might have just been a regular week. I feel like when did we last record?
Last Thursday, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I had anything coming up this week. I had my daughter's graduation a week prior. This week just been slow. We getting ready for Father's Day weekend, so we're gonna be going out this weekend. But
we'll see. We'll see what wives is doing out here for they baby daddies. We'll see how much they really love y'all.
Got reservations and stuff tomorrow night. I got what they got planned for the weekend. But outside of that, I don't think I did much last week. That week went by fairly fast. How about you?
Yeah, bro. I'm.
Well, last week you was on the cruise, so you still got to get that break.
That wasn't last week, bro.
Yeah, we already talked about the cruise.
I feel like I did something. I feel like I did something, bro. But I don't think I did nothing. What did I do? We did something
on Saturday.
Yeah, we did something on Saturday. I can't remember though. Cause I know I didn't go to work because we was doing something, so I didn't do no work. So I know we did something, but I can't even recall. But I know this weekend we got the whole Father's Day shit planned out for Saturday. Shit like that. I feel like
too shabby.
I feel like my fucking week was busy as fuck, bro.
I think it said looking forward to Father's Day. Do you ever look forward to Father's Day?
Right,
have you ever?
It depends. Are you doing the family thing, or are you just doing the couple thing? It just makes it like a couples retreat. If you're doing like a family thing, that just depends on where you're going.
It shouldn't even be a couples retreat. It should be her staying at home watching the kids, and you go out and turn up.
Well, we'll see how this year. If this year doesn't go like that, that's how we'll be playing next year. We'll be playing that Father's Day.
That makes sense because we've been trying to plan a guys trip for the longest and don't happen. Father's Day would be the perfect day.
Put that in the books.
You might be onto something.
Who's gonna knock us? Who's gonna knock that idea?
Who's gonna deny their father or their guy?
Yeah.
And say
their
no.
baby daddy,
husbands and such.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that
you might be onto something, Swerve.
That might be the time to plan a trip.
That might be the
weekend,
move.
Father's Day weekend.
I want to jump into these absurdities.
Yeah, absurdities.
We already know the big ticket on the big ticket of the week is probably fucking LA and the riots in
that's
LA.
A big ticket? Okay.
About immigration and shit. What's y'all take on that? I have some very diabolical and and stuff that people would be like, this nigga fucked up in the head. But I'll let y'all give y'all take first.
My first take is that they're doing these sweeping immigration sweeps. I seen one at first. I was like, yeah, it's what he ran down. There's no biggie. I saw one that kind of like, damn, this is kind of fucked up. The motherfuckers came and did a sweep at a fucking graduation.
So God,
that's fucked.
A
that's
graduation,
evil, bro. A graduation, bro.
Hey, where they get you? I never heard the saying, "What you got on is what if they is what you got on
is what you going in with
is what you going in with." You never heard that?
I heard something like that. That's what they tell you on the weekends.
That's
where
what they tell you in
the
jail.
Streets tell you in the weekends wear double boxers or wear double pants because if you get locked up in bookings, you can have extra boxers.
Yeah, if you live in that street life, bro, everybody knows whatever you in is what you going in with.
That's crazy because one of my biggest fears is leaving the house because I be getting out the shower about 7 o'clock, free balling at the house in my sweatpants. But if I gotta go to like the grocery store real quick, I'd be like, man, do I really want to put underwear on right now just so I could?
You wildin'. I done that once.
But one of my biggest. But I was gonna say my biggest fear is getting pulled over and I got no underwear on, and it's gonna be some gay cop. He's gonna be doing a little extra. I'm like, hey, yo, hold on, what's this right here?
Nah,
you ain't seen the girl that got pat down and they grabbed her monkey talking about something. What's this right here? She's like, that's my pussy. I got a fat pussy. She's like, no. So we're gonna give you some time. We're not gonna play around with you. Just tell us what you got right now. I know you're hiding. I can see it hiding right there. You can't. She said, that's just my pussy. Fat.
That's that knuckle.
A fat monkey.
Yeah, that moose knuckle on him.
That moose knuckle. That's what they're calling it now, Swerve. They're not calling it camel toe. It's a moose knuckle.
That's actually incorrect terminology. And I hope it's 100% sure. Google it right now.
Moose don't have split toes?
No, because moose knuckle refers to a man's package. There's only camel toe is the only thing for it's only for women. Moose knuckle is not a bigger version of the camel toe. Moose knuckle is for a man's package or a bulge.
You must not know you're living post feminism.
Yeah,
look it up.
Everything. He's not wrong. If I look at the moose knuckle logo on certain people's shirt, it look like upside down heart, which symbols of balls. But do moose have split hooves like camel toe?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
So
I'm just telling you what these ghetto chicks is calling it now is moose knuckle.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they're all. It's all wrong. But
no different than stallion. A stallion is not a girl horse.
It's a male horse.
It's a male horse, but
you're right.
Thick, we call it a stallion. She's like a horse. So things are interchangeable.
You see how they're slowly creeping us into that gay mindset?
They got us right where they want us.
Got us right where they want us.
We call us into that asexual section.
They be changing stuff. How about that song? She was a fairy. Do you know what I'm saying? They talk about fairy means like fairy used to mean fag, used to be gay. Now they got
it still means gay.
Not in that song. She was a fairy. Now it means like she was like a hoe. They changed the terminology. These
okay.
Be changing things. Yeah,
I'm telling you, bro. Feminists is changing everything.
Goddamn liberals, dog. You know they do it words.
You know, Doechii got that new song "Anxiety," and one of the lines in it, she says, "Unhappy, no homo," but they bleep out the no homo. But I was like, she's actually using it in the proper context.
Exactly, because gay isn't the word for happy.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, whatever, y'all got it.
Doechii might be an industry plant.
I think so.
Who's Doechii?
She actually is talented though, but I think I can already see the way she's going.
Too many accolades in 1 year. She's out the same Kendrick camp. They just throwing everything at her. The shit's kind of crazy. You
look at the BET Awards winners list. It's all TDE.
Yeah, like come on.
It kind of looks like a few years ago at the MTV Awards when it was all Rock Nation, right?
Yeah, it's kind of bullshit.
It's TDE's turn right now.
I think she might be managed by Rock Nation though, so it's not a TDization. It's just their artists. You know, TD. Kendrick just left TD. He's kind of solo now.
Mm-hmm. Hey, nigga, what was on immigration?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how y'all know that. Oh, my thing on immigration. What was my take on immigration? Oh yeah, it fucked me up that they fucking raided a graduation, bro.
Did they get any of the kids?
What happened is they locked it down at first. They're like, oh, this is routine. Don't worry about it. It's locked down. We're just checking. And that's some parents. You're no parents that ain't got the book. They bucking out. They dipping out. So
hell, fuck yeah.
No kids don't get to see their parents walk, or parents don't get to see their kids walk, and parents can't risk waiting to see their kids walk and then them going back to their country. And the shit is fucking that's.
Did he just cut off on YouTube?
No, switching the mics. I don't know why I switched.
Okay.
I stopped talking when I did it. But yeah, that to me was kind of diabolical. Like, bro, we're supposed to be going after the criminals and such first, the heavy criminals. But it just seems like Trump saying, I'm just trying to meet a quota. I'm just going after who I can, what I can, as quick as possible. And even still, as much as they're cracking down, it ain't like they're not even gonna hit 1 million people the first year.
And am I gonna feel a difference?
It's not.
Is the average American gonna feel a difference with these people not being here?
The people they're going after, we absolutely gonna feel a difference because construction's about to go up.
So it's gonna be a negative difference, actually.
Yeah, exactly. So it ain't like they going after the criminals that are out here. Even the whole immigration topic, when they go after immigrants for the most part aren't a problem in America. They tend to do least amount of crime. They're working under the table. They're like a net positive for America than a net negative. So we're just going after them off the strength that they're not supposed to be here, but we could be using our resources for better things.
Of course.
But to me, it was just kind of it's kind of messed up. But like they'll tell you, this is what y'all voted for. This is what you voted for. It's that shit. But to me, that also doesn't make any sense because immigrants don't get the vote. Period. So what do you mean this is what they voted for?
Well, it's a lot of the people who are upset are people who did vote.
No, that's just the thing that only Democrats I see make up this bullshit as if only Republicans vote count. Well, this is what you voted for. What do you want? As if automatically, aha, we got you. What was anytime Biden fucked up? Did you see him saying, "Oh, this is what y'all voted for"? Aha, we didn't do that. Like, because you don't even know who voted to begin with. It's like we hold now. If anything that happens, we blame the Hispanics. This with the Hispanics, 60% of the Hispanics didn't vote that.
Yeah, it's like the group of people who voted for Trump.
But there's like the majority, 60% voted for him. That still means 40% and didn't vote for him. So that means anything that happens to him, that's like
we're talking to the majority. Yeah, we're talking to the majority. So the majority voted for y'all. We got to say, hey, y'all.
Yeah,
this is what y'all asked for.
But who's y'all?
This is what the majority of your people asked for.
But the people that are being deported also didn't vote. So y'all making fun of people that are they're not being voted, they're being victimized, and y'all laughing at the people that did vote for it. They're not even saying I feel bad or anything. So we're almost like, aha, I told you so. Look at like. Who are you saying it to? Because I can't barely find any. I'd probably say probably a handful of Republicans say, "Oh, I didn't vote for this. This is too much." They always want. That's what they're looking for. They want that crying, regrettable voter. But it's not. Even the poll showed a lot of Trump's favorability is still up. It's not going down. So it's a fallacy that there's like a big regret. The people that voted for know what they voted for, and then there's going to be consequences on your side. And it is what it is.
The mayor of LA right now is saying that don't listen to the news because right now they're blowing it out of proportion. They're making it seem like our city's on fire, and it's really just a couple of blocks. That's some protesting going on.
Y'all still listen to professionals if y'all want to. I got X, I got this. Y'all listen to professionals. These motherfuckers will play down a virus. They'll play up a virus when they want to, play down crime when they want to. LA was acting like there's nothing wrong in LA. And if you go online, you already know that shit was a shithole before this shit.
What's your take, Swerve?
The man said he's gonna try to get rid of these immigrants, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's a better way to go about it. Definitely, like at first it did seem like he was just going after like criminals. Like I heard about
no one had no issue with.
Yeah. But when you're getting rid of people who've been here for
15, 20 years,
that got kids that are graduating that have been here for 10, 15, 20 years, whatever.
That means 15, 20 years, no running with the law. They've been paying into the system they get nothing out of. Mm-hmm. It's all a net positive. Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
And my sister, I have family, cousins. I had people that came in through the Biden program and then they went right back. But they turned up while they was here. Yeah, but I remember my sister, she's a citizen now, but I remember her like in the 90s, like going through the process of trying to become like a citizen. And it's just so much money and paperwork and redundant stuff. You send in the paperwork and some money, then they send something right back to you. Then you got to send some other shit back, and then they send it back to you. It just seems like it was just like they were trying to make money off of you, and at the same time, she's paying into the system. She's paying taxes.
She is, yeah, exactly.
She has. So I'm like, what do y'all want from her? She was getting scammed because she's helping y'all. She's helping the Americans
because it's not expensive.
It's not expensive. Yeah, the immigration is definitely not expensive.
It's expensive if you go through.
If you don't know what you're doing,
an immigration lawyer.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
If
where
you
you're
go through
paying
anyone, it's
money.
going to be expensive because
But
if
all this stuff,
you're paying for information.
You can download it online, get a free copy of it, and do all that paperwork yourself.
He's absolutely right. You're paying because you don't know any better.
You're paying.
Yeah,
That's
well,
why
most immigrants don't know any better.
Most immigrants don't know better. My dad does immigration services. That's his livelihood. That's what he does. And basically, all he is a middleman getting information to ask. But like Juno's saying, if you know how to read and write, you don't even need that.
Exactly.
All this shit is kind of. But like you said, you're a foreigner to a different country, and you don't want to get it wrong. You're trying to stay here, so you're gonna hire for. It's a service. It's like a roadblock. It's that they're gonna always. You're gonna spend some. My dad made a killing during the Biden era, especially during what's name. And even now, after when Trump got in office, a lot of people was pending, waiting for them to know their place in line. The app just basically just deleted the thing off the app. It just took them off the registry automatically. Telling people you got to self-deport and then come back around. That's the other fucked up thing about it. If you go legally, the wait line's like 10 years. Who the fucking wait in a country that's...
It's easy to say, come on in, but if you got to do it the right way, but when the right way takes 10 years,
it's
what
crazy.
The hell I look like?
That's what kills me. Another one. Go ahead. I want to give Juno a start off on that. What you thought of
Yeah,
that?
you can go ahead.
All right, so me viewing LA and the riots, because I can't call that a protest. It's a riot. Where vandalism is happening, and they're what upset me about the actual riots was seeing that they had the audacity to be waving Mexico flag, protesting America about American business.
Yeah.
So that I was like, if I was the president, I would automatically call this a war against Mexico.
You don't want that,
because that's what you're showing when you're so-called protesting America and waving another country's flag. I thought it was very disrespectful. But then
you could say that was a terrorist act.
Then I thought deeper into it, and I'm like, with the open border, a lot of people that just came across the border, and we have a different mindset in America. We have different morals than third world countries.
Yeah, that's true.
So it doesn't make sense for you to let someone with a different philosophy, a different moral standing, moral ground, come into your countries and just
without
vetting them. Then that's when I really understood the whole these people need to be vetted.
But it's bullshit though.
No, because when I went to thinking about it, I was like, in America we have standards when it comes to children. 18 is legal. You go to third world countries,
it's different. Yeah, exactly. You're right. Yeah.
As soon as she has a period, which is like around 12, 11 now, those guys are having sex with that girl.
That's different culture. Yeah.
Different culture, different mindset. So that's why I understood these people need to be vetted. Because the same shit you see happening in LA is the same shit that happens in third world countries. When the government does something they don't like, they burn down the city.
But that's not I can't say that's happening directly in LA. What's happening with, I get that part of it. You know, all of American protesters are unique, different than anywhere else because everywhere protesters are usually funded by some kind of money hand on the low. They're paying, as you can see. I don't know if I sent you out an article, like before the protest, you see those Craigslist ads looking for people. They're paying good money, bro. It's like $6,000 to $12,000 a week. You know what I'm saying? You want to go out there and protest. You know, all you got to pay is the first couple hundred guys. Then it's just monkey see, monkey do. And there's pallets of bricks that are just out there. This is manufactured. This is chaos that you want to happen so it can implement other rules and other shit like that.
So who do you think's behind creating the chaos?
It's both sides.
Do you think it's
both sides.
The left or the right? You think it's both sides?
It's always both sides. Yeah, because what happens is they poured in the immigrants. They allowed the immigrants. This happened in all the West. It happened in the U.S.
Another thing that pissed me off, before you keep insinuate, is when
Good.
they're interviewing the people on the streets, and the people have the audacity to say, "This was our land, y'all took from us."
But that's also not even a lie, though.
That's not a lie.
Most of that area was Mexico.
It
Most
doesn't
of the
matter.
West was
Listen,
Mexico.
listen. It doesn't matter. You know
Yeah.
why? You know why it doesn't
Why?
matter? Because
Why?
if America didn't develop that land, y'all motherfuckers wouldn't want to be there, just like you don't want to be in Mexico.
No, but the thing is, they've been
So
there.
you can't talk about this was our land.
Here's
We're
the
talking about
rub.
California. The
Okay,
lower
here's
part
the
of
rub. Here's
the
the rub. When we bought
lower part of
California-
California is still in Mexico.
Yeah, but almost most of the West was Mexico. And when we won that over, when they paid $15 million, beat them in the war, and then they're buying it, one of the rules that they passed was that anyone that decided to stay is now an American citizen. They can decide to stay. Some people might have left and came back. Some people are just going back home to where they've been at. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, some of those, that is their land. That's their ancestral land.
That's not their ancestral land. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
It is their ancestral. They're Mexicans. That was their land. We fought and booted them out.
So
some of those people literally been there. They've been there for a long time developing it. What's the name? And they came back around.
I'm not taking.
Yeah, that's how
You
that
gotta remember,
works.
all that West shit y'all seen is made up. It was the West was ran by cowboys. It was Mexicans and blacks. White folks just put on the cap like they did the work. It was Mexicans and blacks that built up the West. You know what I'm saying?
No, you know why the West was built up? You don't even know because.
What do you mean? Why it was built up?
There was a
I don't know why
migration
it was-
to the West. Why was there a migration to the West?
I don't know. I don't know if it was the oil. I don't know the
No,
story
it
behind it.
was
I'm just
gold.
saying as far as the
It was gold.
the gold rush. Okay, I thought
There
that
was a
the-
gold
the
migration
Utah.
to the West. That's why people from the East Coast ended up going to the West and develop. Because
Yeah, but the people that
there
was
a lot of
there
gold
was
there.
already living there though.
What
There
people?
was already. There was
The
already-
Mexicans.
The
The
Mexicans were
Mexicans.
there. Yeah.
Hey, once you lose your land, it's not your land,
But they told the people that there they
and it was
are now-
purchased.
That's what I'm saying. And the people that are there,
Like
they
the
decide to
Louisiana.
stay.
You talk. So you want to say you could say Texas. All that is Mexico's because that was purchased through the Louisiana
Okay.
purchase.
But what I'm saying is not only
It
I'm
was
saying is
purchased.
that it's true.
Imagine you living at your house right now and they could come knock on your door and be like, "Hey, yo, somebody just sold me this.
Yeah.
This is my house now."
But it's not even that it's your house now. You could still live there, but you're not an American. You might leave and come back, or your grandkids was out of town for 10 years. They come back. I'm going to visit my grandpa.
Out of town for
You're like,
10 years is crazy.
I mean, you lived out of state.
That sounds like one of those you ain't got no dad because you black jokes.
Listen, man.
Nigga went to go get eggs from
Grocery
the
store for
corner
it.
stove.
Can't
Listen
come back
in the mail.
12 years later.
As we speak, Israel's over here. Jewish folks over here coming back, fighting for land that was promised to them 4,000 years ago, and killing Palestinians over it. This is a thing. People can go back and say this is my old shit. They were kicked out during the Bible era. People now are dying for shit that was promised to them during the Bible era, and we ain't got no problem. We ain't blinking at you. We over here supporting Israel, but meanwhile we got Mexicans that been here that's coming back here to work and such. And we're
Coming back
kicking them
here.
out. We're kicking them back. Some of them have been here, but some of them been here for 10, 20 years. They never filed. They never did. Like, look, I've been here. I've been off. I live off the land.
It don't matter if
I've
you've
been.
been. It don't matter if you've been here for 20 years. If you're here
If
and
you
you're
never
not supposed to
registered,
be here, it
it's
don't
not
matter
like
how
never
long.
supposed
It
to
don't.
be here.
It don't matter
A
how
lot of
long.
people-
Okay, imagine this. Imagine this. I sneak into the club. I'm in there for about an hour and they catch me. I said, bro, I've been here for a whole hour. Come on.
let me have it.
No, but if they build the club around you,
Yeah, they
like
build
you
the
is
club.
on this land, they build this club around you. You walk out the club. When you come back into the club, come on, bro. This is my shit.
It's the same concept. I get that. Not only that, it's like,
Big Bank take Lil Bank.
even if I go with that route, the fact that they could be going after the actual criminals is one. Another issue I have with it is us just simplifying, making it easy. Like, oh, these are just the rules. You got to just follow the rules. As if the people in charge don't make the rules that manipulate it to the benefit of other people. Migration only happens because people are trying to flee from areas that are poor and distraught and war-torn. Those places are war-torn, poor, and distraught 9 times out of 10 because of U.S. So are they supposed to just stay? That's what we're telling them. Stay in place and die. Stop coming here. Who the fuck does that? The only reason we're here is because either through slavery or because our ancestors migrated. The humans that aren't here are the humans that were dumb enough to stay in place. Your only way of living to the next world or making it past a tragedy, a chaos, or genocide is movement. Staying in place might mean you didn't make it out of it. You know what I'm saying? We're only the byproducts of people that got to shift around and got shifted and moved. That's it. Either via slavery or end up moving around. The people that stay in place, even the people back in Haiti, think of we're descendants of immigrants. The people that stay in place, you see how they live their whole livelihoods like that. 10, 20, 30 years in poverty, war torn. How long are they supposed to just keep waiting until the shit turn around? Why it's not like why we still fucking up their shit?
I don't know.
Nate,
my family's doing pretty good in Haiti.
Nate, you know why their argument is just it's one-sided?
It's not one-sided.
Listen. You see how good you're living, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have homeless people in the streets.
Yeah.
So imagine a homeless person coming to your house talking about, y'all living good over here, I'm going to come live over here. How you taking that?
Not in my house. He could just I'm not gonna tell him he can't come. He can't go and work or anything else. These immigrants aren't coming to live in people's houses.
No, he's gonna use your house to maintain so he can make money and.
Oh, so you're treating the land like it's a house. That in itself is a false equivalent.
A country is a country. A country is a country.
Yeah, a country is a country. It's not a residence.
Is there not better countries than other countries?
No, but listen, here's the one thing. The whole world can fit inside the United States. The whole world can fit inside Texas. All human population. So the fact that we act like scarcity is made up. That's what I'm telling you. So that is one thing. So they're supposed to live in poverty. That's what we're really doing. You have to stay in poor and horrible, deplorable conditions so we can thrive on this side. The smartest ones of them say, let me move and do what's best for my family.
Nate,
and in return, we're telling them waiting.
Y'all niggas already know this, bro. What? Once you let people in, your shit becomes like they shit was. The mindset doesn't change.
That's why you have
to vet people.
Exactly.
The mindset doesn't change because if you let the third world, all the third world countries come live in America,
you're right.
It'll turn America into a third world.
Exactly. Yeah. You're right. We're not.
But there's plenty of people from the third world country that are contributing members to our society.
That's why those people were vetted.
We don't know if they were vetted.
Vetted or not.
They motherfuckers got here and then they got papers.
I mean, I'm gonna argue and say most of the immigrants that come here outperform the locals when they get here. They're a different type of hungry.
But we can't say vetted because
some vetted, some not vetted. But we could do a better process to open the borders.
The process of coming here legally is vetting.
Yeah. But
when you say vetting,
that didn't come here legally, and then when they got here, they end up doing the paperwork. You get here how you get here. That's how you get.
I understand what you're saying, but like when you were saying, like the mindset of like a man there, you think him doing that paperwork is gonna get the mindset of him seeing, oh, this is a 12-year-old girl that just bled. Yeah. Now that don't mean nothing. Paperwork doesn't change how I think.
You guys really, okay. You guys really the people that will actually go through a process versus the people that would sneak in is a different mindset. Or different people.
Mindset. It's a different set of resources. People that have more cash and resources tend to be less violent. It's just a simple thing of resources.
I'm telling you, okay. I'm trying to get a good example that would resonate with you guys.
I get what you're saying. You think the people that follow the rules are rule followers, but they follow the rules because they have the means to follow the rules. Some people are rule breakers because they have no choice but to break the rules.
Yeah.
Either stay in place and be broke.
And guess what? Those are the people you don't want.
That's not true.
Okay. That's not true because my parents snuck in.
So
and then they got their paperwork legally, right?
No, most of the Haitians did back then.
My mom snuck in.
Then she got her paperwork.
My dad flew in, and he held that over her head to the day he died.
Okay, maybe he did, but it didn't make no difference.
It does. People that come here legally and illegally, they do treat each other. They do have slick shit.
Who would you say is a better citizen? Who wouldn't break any rules? Your mom
we don't know.
Come on, you say shit like that. That's how it goes. So it's just certain people come here and so what's but once you get here, is what do you do? That don't mean you're a criminal active or something. That's how
they might look down on each other, but to us, once you're a citizen, you're a citizen.
It's fake civilized.
Civilized? No, I can't. Here's
you know why?
What happened.
Because niggas on their best behaviors when they know they can be thrown the fuck out of here.
If anything, that's a plus. America
Some people don't know how to fake it.
Not even know how to fake it. America has freedom, and for that reason, we have the most people in prison in the whole world because motherfuckers don't know what to do with freedom. It ain't these immigrants that are breaking the freedom. It's just regular civilians that's supposed to be civilized out here acting a fool.
So are you guys telling me? Are you guys telling me you guys are for illegal immigration?
I'm
not for illegal immigration, but I do feel like once they get here and they've already proved
once you
that they're not violent and they're contributing to society, why kick them out?
Okay, so that's your other argument, Then
because it's the same foot as Blackfoot, Whitefoot.
How about Trump ending birthright citizenship? Are you cool with that?
Because retroactively, you wouldn't be a citizen.
Not only that, because that's all you did. That's all people are. You don't choose where you're born at. You just happen to be born there, and you get the luck of that country. That's it. Why the fuck would I be?
Why would you take away?
Why can't I be locked?
I hear this, but I don't hear Trump say it.
Trump went after. That's he's being sued for right now. He went after birthright citizenship. That was one of the first things he went after.
I don't know how accurate that is, Nate.
This is accurate. I watched nothing but
let's say it is accurate.
But it's not. It's not.
If it's accurate, no, I probably wouldn't. I would. I'm still under the mindset. If you're born here, you're a citizen of this land.
Okay,
that's how it should be.
That's how it should be.
But
you got folks.
But that doesn't mean. Then I agree with the separation of the kids from the parents. Then.
The kid.
You got
to separate the kids. The kids are legally citizens.
You can't have it both ways.
The kids that are born here get to stay here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it wouldn't be wrong for the government to deport the parent that's not a citizen. Yeah. I don't have a problem with that.
To watch the kid, that becomes a problem of the state now.
Well, those kids belong to the state.
That's why they call them anchor babies. You drop them here. Who's gonna raise them? Who's gonna what's the name?
That's the thing. Like,
household,
I'm not saying. I'm saying if you get caught up and they deport you, it's all fair game.
One of the richest governments in the world doesn't know how to take care of its own children.
Listen, I'm cool with the fair game part. That's all it is. These are the rules. You get in. If you could break them, by all means. But you get caught, then you gotta go. Simple as that.
I don't have a problem with that.
That's not true nuance. I don't have a problem with that. My only issue is the nah. Y'all got caught. Like, how we mad at people that's trying to survive for trying to get by. That's the part I don't get. You know what I'm saying? I'm not cool with the cruelty of it pushing. But as far as we having rules, we all know the rules. Set the rules. If you can break it, you can break it. If you can't, you can't. It ain't like there's any moral authority. I'm
not gonna cry about people getting caught that broke the rules.
Exactly. But the same way,
that's exactly what's going on in LA.
You're right. But at the same way, I'm not gonna feel beholden or hold the standards to motherfuckers that wiped out and genocide and stole a country. Like I'm supposed to hold their standard. Oh, let me follow what they say.
You are holding their standards. You have.
I'm not.
As much as we like to pretend that we're Haitian American, we're really just American.
Listen, I know that, but what I mean by this is, there's rules. If there's rules, I follow the rules when they work for me. I break them when they don't. There's no moral authority.
Yeah, we understand
I don't let motherfuckers that killed.
So if I enforce my rules, I can't feel bad for someone that got caught breaking the rules. It is what it is.
But what I'm saying is, black folks out here making fun of motherfuckers. Oh, y'all should have fixed y'all country. This and I'm like, how the gall doesn't make any sense to me. How you stand on this?
Now you're looking at blacks as not being American, though.
No, I'm looking at how do you allow people? How do you know how your history came? How you came here as slave? This, that, and the third. How they're not keeping the rights to you? How you think that this won't impact you as one? And two, how you throwing in the face when you know that these rules were never? They're not fair rules. They're making shit. They're fucking up their country, and you want them to stay in place? How does that make sense?
What do you mean?
If we're fucking up their country, bombing, killing, disrupting their government, killing their presidents,
Big
are they
bank
supposed to
take
just
little
stay
bank.
What does that mean? So does that mean
That means the people in power are the people in power.
Exactly. But does that mean the little people are they supposed to just stay in place and die?
No, just
exactly.
you allowed to break
the
rules.
Migrate.
You allowed to break the
rules.
I don't have no problem with people breaking the rules. If you get caught, you get caught.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the part I'm saying.
So this whole
thing right
this
now.
whole I'm deporting illegal immigrants. It is what it is.
Yeah,
that's part of the game. That's you getting caught.
Yeah,
that's you getting caught.
But there's a difference of people saying, "Oh yeah, I need to catch them." I'm like, I'm not rooting for them to catch them all. Why the fuck would I give a fuck rooting for them to catch them all?
Yeah, I wouldn't put my money behind it. I wouldn't put my money behind it. But if it's happening, I'm not gonna cry about it.
I'm not calling nobody. I'm not snitching on nobody.
Exactly. I'm not rooting. If you're on Twitter, on X, like I told you, like I've noticed, black folks will get captive every time. These niggas is having a field day. Nothing but celebration. You think they cut us a check? They don't even owe us reparations anymore.
You're separating.
I already told you that. They don't owe us reparations because niggas out here acting like they got reparations off the strength of seeing another group of minorities.
Nate, you're separating blacks from Americans.
What I'm saying. Well,
that's what you're actually doing. You're trying to separate.
He's pointing out. He's pointing out that these.
You pointed out that
these
black
Americans
people are the ones making fun
yes,
of
they're the ones saying, "Oh, we're not in it. Black folks stay out of it." That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling you. Black folks, this is not our business. There's root. I like you don't have to say it. Just let this shit happen. Asian folks don't get in the mix of nothing, but they're not having a hey, we're out of it, guys. They're not doing memes. Hey, guys, we're sipping tea now. Motherfuckers go about their business. Go about their business. You don't have to make a broadcast. You remember when they said? When Trump won and automatically saw memes of black girls on top of towers checking their cell phones, like like the world's burning behind them, as if they're the one that been keeping up this democracy alive. It's the battery behind people's backs. Motherfucker, your shit ain't right, but you somehow think you sustain and uphold this whole country. It makes no sense. It's a delusion. It's playing classes against each other. If your issue is a poor immigrant and you're here, you're already lost here. Your competition shouldn't be a motherfucker that come from a third world country. You've already lost.
You eliminate all competition, Nate. That's
yeah, but that's not that to me is cowardice.
That's survival of the
It is survival of the fittest. So what do you think is gonna happen after they're done with those folks? What folks do you think they're gonna go after?
Hey, they're gonna go after everybody got their time.
I mean, the numbers of those people coming in work better in your favor than not in your favor.
You must have watched a great conspiracy video that convinced you that this is going to lead to black people being deported.
No, it's just
because that's an argument. That's the argument the Democrats are making.
It could very much lead to Democrats. It could very much lead to black people deported. It could very much lead to black people deported. I told you he watched a good conspiracy.
Which black people? Which black people, Nate?
Any black people, black Americans. Americans get deported by accident. About 70 Americans get deported by accident in America already.
You saying by accident, but what type of
listen. So it's by accident. Regular Americans, about 70 a year, getting deported by accident. Right now, we're slamming the books. Anytime you pass any law in America, who gets the short end of the stick? When you're trying to meet a quota, who do you go after? You go after the people that have less. Who's gonna? You're like, damn! If I got a test due today, I gotta do something. I'm gonna crunch the numbers. I'm gonna go after the least protected class,
Nate.
And it's usually the undocumented or the blacks. That's how it goes.
Y'all gotta play your hand right. We see that the Mexicans could become the new scapegoat. You gotta pile on that shit.
Oh, okay, but they're the next super majority. Y'all niggas ain't seen racism yet. That's what it is.
Listen,
y'all ain't seen who created this shit. Y'all about to see how the Hispanics created this shit.
I'm about to tell y'all something, right? As far as prejudice, racism, and stuff like that, in my opinion, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hispanics are probably the worst races out there.
I probably felt that the most from Hispanics.
This is very true, which is why a lot of black folks are saying this in our fight. But it's not only Hispanics that are being deported. That's what I'm like. So he could either just shut the fuck up about it instead of trying to make it like this is not our fight and acting like it's every immigrant. That's another thing I have online. A lot of black folks are going on, oh, this is our fight. There's a lot of immigrants. These immigrants come here, they feel highbrow, they feel better than us. As if any immigrant kid that come here in America, especially first generation, your first antagonist in America, it will not be a white person. 9 times out of 10, if you're especially an immigrant kid, it's a black kid that's antagonizing you. It is a black American kid that's bugging you for not speaking English, for being an other, or anything else. It's not a white kid. Our first bullies are black. 9 times out of 10, if you're an immigrant or another. And that's why those are the kids that grow up with the young black kids that are more socialized. Not their parents already came here with a preconceived notion that they hate black folks because what they see, because the propaganda they see on TV. So automatically diaspora already come here hating black folks off of programming that they see from here, the adults. But the children that are more open-minded, that want to have black friends is on the third. Who's the first person that's going to insult them, make them fight? Matter of fact, most immigrants who are here, you get no respect, you get bullied on until you form yourself a gang and protect yourself from outsiders who are said outsiders. It's the black kids. It's not white kids bullying you. So what are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. And then once you become an adult, there's a white power structure. There's different, but to us to act like it's this victim mentality of people acting like they don't do no harm. There's nothing. You let these black folks sell it. They've done nothing wrong the whole time through. Like, get the fuck out of here. We're black right along with y'all. You know what I'm saying? We do crime. Y'all do crime. Same shit. We see things. But for y'all to pretend that as if the immigrant kids are coming here, they're not causing a ruckus. It's not until they start emulating the black kids here do they cause a ruckus. When they stay in their own social circle, they're not doing shit. They be made fun of being. As soon as they start immigrating, soon like they said, we copying all their things. Soon as we start copying their shit, it becomes a problem. Society don't want us to become that kind. America created niggas. Niggas is an American thing specifically. We like to say every country have their own version of niggas, but the American nigga is its own unique type of thing. That's what's exported to the world. That's what the whole world sees. It's the coolness, but it's also the crimeness that goes with it. And anything when you hear they say that we're emulating them, we're emulating usually the crime aspect of it. Right? Yeah, they're known as the minority that's not to copy. Asians are called the model minority. They stay out of the way. They get their money. They don't try to push any curbs. They're not passing any new laws. But we getting all this money. We be on low.
That's what everybody should do.
Everyone should do the model minority.
Mind your business. Get your money. There's a lot of money in this bitch. Get your money. And mind your fucking business.
Asians are also not out here. Asians are not here telling you. I'm here telling, go to riot. I'm going to lock them. To me, that to me is kind of
a lot of bitch assness in the Asian community. If you ask me,
they the richest. There's a lot of bitch assness. There's a lot that goes with just not complaining, saying shut down. It goes both ways. But
a lot of niggas getting disrespected over there, just taking it.
This is true. But we the loud ones that this, that, and third. But we out here getting hit upside the head. They're pouring in our own competition. So it's a give and a take. Black folks can't be the loud ones at the same time complaining, at the same time being you got to pick one side. Either you're gonna be the quiet, let me mind my business, let everybody do their own thing, or you're gonna be the I'm loud and boisterous and speak on everything.
That's us.
You know what I'm saying?
We the sharks, B.
We're saying that we're the voices for now, but we're using our voices to say that, hey guys, we're staying out of this. That's what we're using our voice for. We're just not shutting the fuck up. We're like, look, we're shutting the fuck up. We're announcing that we're shutting the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. If you really want change, announcing that you
already know you have to tell these people you not getting in their business, because you already know every minority group always comes to black people for support, and it's not vice versa. They don't come back and support.
Don't get this twisted. Black Americans, like I said, probably the dopest black folks of all. We get the cool from all of them. That's given that's a given. They've been fighting institutionalized slavery since the beginning of this country. So they have that move. That's a given. But you know what I'm saying? But they're also the most manipulated group, emotionally manipulated. There's plenty of people come to them to help them out, but then before they end up getting their house in order, they're helping the next group and the next group. What group has been fractured the most by black folks? But the black group. We're over here worried about black issues, then worried about immigrant issues, then worried about LGBT issues. We're always adding and adding and adding and adding. If you want to close ranks and close house, then you're going to do that. But you don't have to announce it. You don't have to keep pretending like you're a pillar, that you're bigger than you are. There's something that comes with being delusional. And I feel like, especially black folks, they're no different than the southern rednecks that they've been under. Once you lose so long, after a while, you have to rewrite a script and pretend that you're winning. Like, you'll find a redneck, you let him believe that he's more American than most Americans. He's been poor for 4 generations.
He don't realize there's only 2 types of Americans. There's Americans that came here, and there's Americans that were brought here. That's it. There's no other kind of American.
Shit, go online. You'll see what the black folks say. They think they're different, though. They think if they've been here 4 or 5 generations, they're more Americans. There's plenty of black folks that was here the whole time. We had black folks that been here, that their history got wiped away. How about those ones? They don't get any credit. They should have it. That's my whole thing. When Juno said they won't deport black people, like if they're already deporting by accident now, what history? You know American history. What guys do you think if they decided they were going to deport the black folks every night, who would you report it to?
I don't think this is a possibility gonna happen.
If they felt like it, they felt like grabbing niggas right now and dropping them to the comments.
Yeah, tell me how. Yeah, ask Nate, how would they do that?
Too much Twitter, too much conspiracy videos.
Once you round up a couple folks, if you just start deporting them, they're not gonna go for the whole group. They don't have a problem with the whole group. But let's say the troublemakers, just like Trump saying we're allowed to already send American people to a different country's prison to intern them. You think those people are coming back when their sentence is up? Who do you think is going to fight on their behalf? Don't want to give a fuck about a criminal. And then you know what? They care less about a criminal. They care about black people even less than criminals. You act like, I don't know what, to me it's like as if black folks hasn't been living in America. We have environmental restrictions in places where you can't pollute, where you can't have except in black neighborhoods. That's why most businesses are in the hood. You'll notice they have construction right next to them. Their cancer causes all these protections that you act like in America. Stop pretending like it's meant for us. We get the benefit of it because it's for the whole, but they always find a way to exclude us out, cut us out. So I don't get how y'all so high and brow off the American thing. I was like, y'all niggas more constitutionalists than the people that wrote the Constitution.
I guess maybe I still believe in the Constitution.
I'm like based on what? That's what I don't get. Based on what? What are we basing it off of?
Not really that I believe in the Constitution. I just don't feel somebody would be bold enough to say we're going to start deporting Americans.
I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying
we're going to start deporting black Americans. But you are right. You are right. No, he's right though. If they were going to deport them, they would do something like say we're going to start putting exporting criminals to other countries. That's how they would do it.
They do stop.
Now y'all comparing black people to criminals.
That's how they do it. That's how they get us. That's how we get.
That's how they gonna get all of us, right?
Not
deporting
all of us.
criminals.
They don't have to get all of us.
Because we're all criminals.
Okay, when they go after crack in the neighborhood, you don't have to be selling crack to be stopped and frisked. And when they do stop and frisk, they tend to go after black and people of color first. Even though white folks are doing drugs at the same amount. You know what I'm saying? When you have a quota to fill, you go after the least protected group because you can abuse them the most to make your numbers. They ain't got this is just a standard math. Shit rolls downhill.
They might just pull you over and sprinkle a little crack on you.
With that logic, you know what? We just find you a nice white woman.
That might be worse for you.
Because you know the for the past 2 years, black women has been saying they're the least protected, least bust name. So they might go
the least protected women.
So they're gonna go
black
before
women
us.
Are the least protected women, but they're not least protected than black men. That's a fucking illusion. You can't say least protected. You're not looked at as a threat. A black guy becomes resounding, starts getting a following, they knock his ass off. A black guy gets a following, CIA jacket just open them. They see black women, they're like, man, let her cook. We'll let her go to school. They let black women rock. If they're the least protected, how they become the highest paid is that a third. Do you think they'll even attempt to allow that for black men? We're seen as a threat from the jump. So I don't deserve.
I'm just telling you what they've been saying for the past 3 years.
Yeah, of course, but I
didn't need you to shit on their whole little thing.
No, not shit on the whole thing. I'm just saying it's. I just could see don't put it past America.
Because as you were saying that whole little spill, I heard so many bitches in there.
Never.
Without you actually putting it started off like he was giving them compliments, and then it just turned into these bitches out here going to school, making all this goddamn money, motherfucking. We can't do motherfucking goddamn thing about it.
There's niggas that talking like that about black women too online, which is crazy.
I know.
Black women has been the ops, they become the ops, which some of them have been programmed in the ops. You go to jail right now, you find yourself a fucking black female judge, you down. I guarantee. Ask Juno if I'm lying. Go before a black judge and see
I don't know.
If you'll get banned.
I don't be in front of judges like that. I can't tell you.
But niggas know.
Who's gonna save you though? A white man, a white woman, black woman,
You
black
don't want
man.
the black woman judge. You know that much. Just know that much.
Especially
So I have a better chance. I'd have a better chance if it was a black man.
in
Probably.
family court. In family court, you get a
Yes.
black judge. I know that nigga gonna hurt.
They railroad with your ass.
And
Black
I know
women
in
make
family
great-
court, I could say
they've
that in
made-
family
they've
court.
made great.
If it's a
listen,
black man,
If it's a
They've
black
made
female
great-
judge in family court, nigga, you might as well sign your life away.
but I be seeing some of them like on the clips online, and they be having some sense.
Nah,
Like
I
they
ain't
call
never
like
seen
they call out these women out here that scamming, scheming, lying.
You talking about that's the ones
Yeah,
you're
you
watching?
talking about
Those
Judge
are
Jaylene
those are
and shit like-
productions. Those are what's
Those are
name?
production. Yeah.
Okay.
When you go to actual
That's not
court,
real?
I
No,
seen
they're
a
not
nigga
real.
do
If
his-
if
yeah,
you see it at like 4K and shit, they're not real.
yeah.
Okay.
I seen a
Yeah,
nigga say
I
he
see
did
what you're
everything.
talking about. It's the black one,
The
that
black
be
lady.
snapping
Yeah.
her neck and shit like that. Talking about
And
no,
checking
you
them-
ain't
checking them for-
shit like
yeah.
that. That's script.
That's TV.
That's scripted, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
When
Because
it
she
comes
looked
to
too
that-
good. She looked too good to be a judge, huh?
Yeah, when it comes to that real shit, I seen a nigga say he did everything. Him and his girl just split. Like, we don't need child support. I'm just paying what I've been paying. Like, he goes to his house 1 week. I go out. Would you be fine? Even when he said everything, she still act like she didn't hear that. Still throw that nigga on child support.
Exactly, bro. I done seen that so many times where it's a 50-50. Literally, it's like
simple breakdown.
it's
All we
like
do is
3.5
transfer the
days,
kids from your house to your
3.5
house.
days. They
Exactly.
still put that nigga on child support. I was like, it's clearly 50-50. They make the same amount of money, all that shit, bro. The judge still put that nigga on child support.
Listen,
it's because
for-
child support, really, the state is getting money. That's why they're gonna
They're
elect
getting money. It
child
helps
support
fund the
every
retirement
single
of the
time.
judges. It helps to fund the retirement of the judges. But it's not only that. The aspect of it is like another aspect. The system realized that for whatever reason, black women make great employees. They enforce the law completely. Like if you ever had like a black woman boss, if you're on her side, shit is cool. If you're on their shit list, nigga, they're gonna get you for every infraction because they read
You
the
just
book.
have to look
See?
at corporate.
So, for
look
that
at
very
look
reasons.
at look at the structure of corporate America, right? Who do you think is in the HR department?
Exactly. You see that?
They put the pit
go-
bulls in the HR department.
They'll get you out of there via every
So
infraction.
think about
They do
all the
things
HR
properly.
people you had it working. I guarantee it, majority of them were black women.
But that's not to say. But don't think the system don't realize that the same way. You breed a certain aspect, get a certain aspect. That's not to say speaking down, but they really knows like they can become cogs in the system, and it's for perfect reason. They're like, all right, we got them this and that, and they got them. They do a good job at it. We'll put them in there, and they'll be the same ones that railroad and run niggas over. Shit happens all the fucking time. So,
Yeah, man.
so it's no different. It's the black man there's attributes that the black man got that they could have put the service, the government could have found a way to use it. They choose not to. They're like, if it's not sports, throw them niggas in jail or looked at as a threat. There's nothing that they feel like they could use it for service wise. But the black woman, they're like, put her in admin, put her this, that, and the third, have her follow these rules, and she's gonna follow it to a T. If you're her friend, she's gonna look out for you. If you're not her friend, she don't like you, she's gonna use that. She's gonna break out that rule book, that employee manual. She's gonna get you on every infraction. You're gonna be out of there. That's how it goes. Either way, I don't know how we got onto the whole thing. That was our
Yeah, we might as well leave immigration alone. Another big thing that was in on the airways, 50 Cent baby mama was one of Diddy's little concubines.
Damn.
And they identified, I guess she was testifying under Jane Doe, but everybody knew by what she was saying who he was with at that time publicly. So that nigga smutted 50 Cent baby mama out too. And you know, Diddy did that shit on just some Pinky in the Brain, I'm taking over the world, fuck evil shit.
That nigga Diddy's a beat. That nigga had a harem of bitches, and all his bitches fuck other niggas in front of him. He got her on the payroll for $10,000 a month, 2-year contract. $10,000
And the only reason it's her is because just to be like, I'm
probably 'cause,
shitting
yeah.
on 50.
that ain't nothing. So
You think that's why she did it?
No, that's why
I
she
don't know
was
why she
picked
did it, but
by
she's
Diddy.
still getting
Oh.
paid. She's still on the payroll.
Oh,
And this bitch got the nerve to show up in court. I'm like, what is this shit? This don't make no sense.
that's
Maybe
crazy.
if he canceled it now, she could sue him for breach of contract, but they had like a love contract, whatever it is. But, but the thing is, she was doing, to me, to be aired out like that, you out here sleeping with multiple dudes, this, that, and the third. And then on top of that, these girls are getting mad because he out here got Young Miami on the team. So it's not bad enough that he got you as his, you know what I'm saying, as one of his lineup. But now you catch your feelings and be mad like you don't understand. Like this shit don't come with a check.
Where's the loyalty? Where's the loyalty to the boss that pays?
Diddy is getting railroaded, right? You know why? Because he was a nigga that had fetishes, and being that he's rich, he's able to do these fetishes. So there's nothing that's like they trying to hit him with sex trafficking. Ain't no sex. The niggas are free. Sex trafficking. Which
he got a lot of money.
We all are. Everybody has an inner freak, right? But not everybody gets to live that life.
Everybody has the means.
The means to live that life. And Diddy, that nigga
Lord
had
knows
the
if
means.
I had the money,
you'd have a lot of lube, huh? Listen, Diddy out here getting one thing though I do notice though, it shows these women ain't got no agency though. No matter how old they are, they don't take no responsibility. They always get the shit. These bitches like 30 years old though, still out here trying to blame it on coercion and shit like that. Like, get the fuck out of here. The girl got messages on her phone texting talking about, I'm always down for a freak off. I loved her last one. That's Cassie's aspect. The 50s baby mama said all these people out here were in agreement and was also doing stuff. 50s baby mama's even worse because they caught her. That not only she got they look at they subpoena the accounts. They said she got $8,000 from like another rapper who apparently she was going to freak off shows with him. And I think they said that one they haven't revealed who it is yet, but people suspect that might be Kanye West. So these bitches out here escorting high value prostitutes, and here out here Diddy catching hell for it.
Yeah, bro.
For treating like girlfriends.
After all this shit's coming out of what was going on, bro. And now they have the feds have some clause in the thing. If he gets found guilty, they're allowed to take all his assets.
Yeah, that's how RICOs work. That's why they go after RICOs. So you can tell they're trying to steal that man's bread, dog.
Yeah, they steal it from Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
They're not letting him ride off.
He did beat up Cassie.
Yeah, but that's not what he's there for.
That's not what he's in jail for. That's not what Cassie's mad about. Cassie got her bread.
Right. Yeah,
for that ass.
Yeah, I don't see none of the coercion. I don't see none of the sex trafficking.
What's worse is 50's BM was he was paying her $10,000 a month after the Cassie lawsuit. She reviewed it. She went down and tried to shake the nigga down for $400,000. I need this. I need $100,000 for at least every guy I slept with. Just like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Your contract's not even up yet. How you gonna renegotiate? These players is wilding.
Yeah, man.
But that's not to say all this could have been averted had these rich niggas gotten them some, went abroad and gotten some non-English speaking women. Ultimately that's what's gonna happen. The Prophet just gonna have to stop dealing with American women.
That's the problem. They're too smart.
Too much. Yeah,
they're too smart. They know too much.
Yeah, you gotta.
They already done figured out how to get the bag, and it's not. And them getting the bag involves someone going down.
Exactly. Once women have the morals of men, it becomes a problem, though. Look at old girl from ESPN lining up her boss if the other white girl ain't tell on her.
Whatever happened?
Was it
Joy? Yeah.
Yeah, was sleeping with her fucking boss and told the girl, it don't matter if everything. I'm just gonna say he raped me. This shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. It's an evil world we live in.
Absolutely evil, though. That shit is crazy.
What happened to the good old days of just finding you an immigrant and just marrying her and her staying locked down for you for the next 50 years?
You can't let her touch American soil. You gotta keep her where she's at. You go visit her. Epstein is running the long game. He had a whole island over there.
These women are poison in America.
It's social media now because now the immigrants, they know the lifestyle. They can see the lifestyle.
You can have the lifestyle. Lifestyle's not the issue. It's the recourse, the lawsuit that can come with all that bullshit.
Yeah, they know all that too now.
There's no protection actually in their country.
No, but once they're here, and they're married,
you can't let them touch U.S. though. That's the issue.
Listen, we going down.
That's
a
where we
path.
got to enforce immigration.
A lot of people think we're going down a path to where we're gonna start revoking women's rights.
That's you mean a lot of it. What for you? So for a guy who don't watch
You're like,
conspiracies,
that might not be.
Listen, for a guy who don't watch conspiracies, a lot of the shit you're saying this is common sense. This is the path that happens. Guys are saying some of these girls have no agency. Why are we allowing them to vote? Why we give these women sexual freedom? They out here making 10% of our women now on OnlyFans. Young women. This is not sustainable.
Somebody has to put it into this.
Someone's gonna.
If not us, then who?
When one thing swings one way, it starts to swing the other extreme. After a while, people are like, man, throw them all back in the kitchen.
If
don't
not
think
us,
this shit can happen.
then who?
Don't think societies can't go one way and then switch the other way. Iran used to be as liberal as America. Now those girls can't even see outside their eyes. You can't see none of their facial features.
Mm-hmm.
So don't think this shit can't swing the other way.
Trump 2028.
And I know people think, oh no, we're far past that. The women think that will never happen. Who's going to protect the women from making it happen? Not these purple-haired friendly guys that have been pandering to you all along. You need strong men to protect strong for hard times. But you got nothing but soft, acceptable men that's tolerant of everything. They're not going to be able to protect you in the bad and then make bad decisions.
That's what they want to do.
What if they said all American women had to do the jihad thing, like all covered up?
I'm fine. It could happen. Who's going to stop? Who would stop the men from enforcing?
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. That ain't no problem. Sundress season 24/7 all day long. Everybody.
When you talk about sundress from the head down, that's it. The full body.
From the head down. That's full body. I'm talking about. There's gonna be a lot of
a sundress onesie.
That ain't no problem. I'm sure they'll find a way to mix it up. Fashion Nova drop something for the fellas.
This might be the women's plan, right? To conquer the world. They're gonna feminize. You already know the feminizing of men is happening.
That's happening already. Yep.
They're gonna
they're gonna play the long game, and eventually they're just gonna be able to overthrow this bitch.
It's not gonna happen. That's the plan, to feminize the guys, but there's always, as long as there's the unruly, unkept guy there, he's gonna always be a threat. Because you know what I'm saying? One guy is like 6 women. And before long, I
would say 8.
So it's just crazy, but so imagine he might be like, "Hey, they're looking sweet over there. Let's go take everything they have," and there'll be no one to stop them.
Listen, we live in a country where women are security guards to multi-million-dollar companies and shit like that.
Yeah, that's because niggas got morals.
That's what I'm saying. It's because we too civilized. Where a woman really thinks savages. She can guard something.
Nah, not if you really wanted to. If you didn't want to kill her.
Juno used to say, "I'm never gonna get arrested by a female cop," and I never thought about that. And they're like, "Yeah," some guys are like, "Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm just not gonna go." But what you'll realize is female cops are so trigger happy, bro. Yeah. They get so scared so easy. Your ass don't comply. Your ass is going in
the regular big cops. The regular big cops get scared.
But imagine the female. They ain't got time
to imagine.
Imagine a 5'3", 140 pound.
She see you before you even get close to her. She
you don't. She putting your ass down. And they got a better shot than the guys. You know, they got their accuracies on point. So your ass don't fuck around. You know, we live in a different era. Weapons, I guess, is the big equalizer. But unless every woman and every person had a weapon, even then it wouldn't be fair because unless you have to have the weapon with you at all times, it's just nature. It is what it is. I don't think we'll ever get to the point where you just have one. I don't ever see where we just have a complete matriarchy.
Yeah, it ain't.
You'd have to have the guys that like.
It ain't gonna happen in our lifetime. If it does, it's just gonna revert back to what's name, because then you're gonna have the sassy dudes get back to like, this shit ain't fair, and they know they're stronger, so they're gonna take it back over.
Yeah, there won't be expansions. No one's gonna be able to maintain the stuff, the building, all that stuff is gonna crumble. Society will fall apart all over again. It's the men that keep the expansion, so it's a lot that goes with it.
But what is a matriarchy though?
It's a society ran by women versus
ran by women, or is it ran by one woman?
Ran by women.
By one woman,
where women are the dominant force in the society.
There's no such thing. We have no human vision.
It's just imagination. Like
I know we talked about this before. And I told you there was like
there's society where the women are warriors, this, that, and that, third. But
there was like a queen of China or something for like a few hundred years.
Yeah, you can have a queen, but who's her security? Who's her army? It's still men.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I'm saying. So you can have one person, that's just a figurehead.
Oh, so that's what I just asked.
But it's not a matriarchy because it's not what I'm saying. Because it's not all society holding up. She just happened to be matriarch. We have that all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
Some of these guys, when they get in charge, I think that's how Russia used to be. Russia used to be loved. They used to have queens. Is that the last queen that they had, when the mom died, the son took charge. He hated his mom so much he passed the rule that Russia can never be ran by women anymore. And that's just still on the books. So some guys get in charge.
That sounds like they know what they're doing over there.
Yeah, the niggas get in the books. Are like they like we're not America. Yeah. Like we're not America.
On something over there.
You gotta live that never again. So, well, you gotta imagine Russia. This is where the women outnumber This is Russia where the women outnumber the men.
That's everywhere.
So, well, really over there after World War II. Remember they were so depleted.
That's everywhere except for like China and shit like that. But everywhere, because it's easy. It's easier to make a chick than a boy when it comes to biology.
Well,
because the penis curves because most penises curve to the left, right?
Yeah, you go to the left.
What happened is that's a big part of immigration too, is the fact that we don't really care about immigration. If it was just women and children coming here, we'll let that shit rock. Really, when they talk about immigration, the threats of immigration, they're really talking about men.
Yeah, them niggas is unruly, as you can see in LA.
That's the only thing society cares about.
Them niggas is unruly.
If it was a caravan of nothing but women coming here, we're like, let them in. Women should let them in.
It depends. It depends how they look, Nate. We can't take anything.
Nah, we'll take anything because
every
guy will find one of them and be like, yeah, I can work with that.
But
some of these dudes out here, nobody don't want no.
It's the men. They're military age men. They could become part of society. They're the ones that want change. That'll drive. They'll kill for change. They become an issue. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't watch them, before long, your society's gonna start the war.
Yeah, that's why you can't risk it. You just gotta kick everybody out this bitch.
Yeah, but really, they don't want to say that. Really,
let's not go back to immigration, Nate. We got to talk about Ciara Pressures Jim Jones.
Classic.
Yeah, let me know. What does that mean?
Jim Jones was having an interview, and I think Ciara was passing by or just got done doing hers, and she just stopped in there and be like, "Oh, this that I just wanted to tell you, hi, this that I love you and Chrissy. You just need to marry that girl. Y'all just so dope. This that." To me, it was one of those things like you can't say anything but like, yeah, I feel you, but right. But I know Jim Jones probably had that long talk when he got home, or made his niggas made this nigga's house hot or some shit.
Yeah, because you've been through that. Because you've been through that personally.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. I witnessed.
This is national TV. You know what I'm saying? This is a different level. Like, bruh, you don't think Chrissy already told him 100 times? He probably had a good day that day.
I think she proposed to him at one point.
She even proposed to him at one point.
What happened?
And
that's why you can.
Yes, but you already know that's the reason he hold off. Nigga don't want to get married.
You can never marry someone that would propose to you, bro.
Why is that?
That's not happening, bro.
Listen, I can't argue with that. It's the fact that once a nigga's up and he's rich and that and the third, you can't really trick him into getting married.
We know somebody who's supposed to be getting married that should have been married a long time ago, but just not ready, I guess. But what if she proposed to him?
He'd have no choice.
That's
unless he's cutthroat, and she proposed to him, that he'd say yes. But bro, a lot of niggas that get proposed to, they say yes.
Since the time of marriage,
men aren't mean. Men aren't mean. Is it, girl actually to marry guys will say yes.
No, I think
they might tell you.
But I think some men are so prideful that it would just be disrespectful for you to even ask me in front of these people.
It might be.
Like, what am I? Who am I?
I think what's name had a skit about that. What's that one that be doing LeBron? You're like, I'm LeBron. I'm 23.
Oh, you talking about? Yeah, I know who you talking about. Dark dude.
Yeah, he had one
I forgot his name.
when the girl told me marry. He's like, oh yeah, well, like, he leaned down and like, you stupid bitch, you out here making embarrassment. He go like, oh, thank you, set up. And he's over, you got me look like a fucking fool out here. He's so
yeah, bro. You know how emasculating that is.
It sucks that you
since
should.
the time of marriage, it's been one way.
It should be them to ask us though. They're the one that dreams of it. It's their big day.
No.
It's at who's gaining from this. It is not a loss for the dude. Why the woman putting up half your thing?
That's why. They shouldn't be the one asking because they're the one gaining.
They'll ask it too early, right?
Yeah, they're the one. If they're the one gaining.
Well, what I'm just saying, as far as
that means I should ask you to gain. You're gaining. You're gaining.
I'm just saying, as far as they already know if they didn't come correct, he wouldn't say yes because now he has to jeopardize all that stuff. This and third, because as much as they push it, they're also the ones that also push the divorce aspect of it. It's a lot of come with it.
Also, a thing is that a lot of women say yes because they've never been asked this question before, and they don't have it. And there's only two answers you can say: either yes or no. A lot of women just say yes because
I see videos of women say no. Which I don't know how the fuck a couple stay together after you hit you that. No,
you usually don't.
You look wild.
Yeah, you usually don't. I'm
some
assuming.
of these niggas be sticking around, bro.
That's because shit is expensive out here. That's all. Fucking rent out here is expensive. Cause groceries expensive.
She told him no after he asked. You already know he on a different type of time after that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't gotta ask this shit ever again, nigga. I'm cold.
Yeah, nigga, I'll never ask again.
I'm locked in, nigga. This shit go.
You didn't want to marry me before. Now you want to marry me? No, I'm good. Yeah. We good. Let's just do what we've been doing, right? Because I already asked you back in whatever, and you said no in front of everybody.
That happened with my grandparents. That happened with my grandparents.
Your grandparents? Well, your grandparents. Somebody asked.
Well, my Grandpa, back in the days, they just get together. You have kids. They never went to the actual ceremony aspect of it. And my grandma, I guess, always wanted to get married. And my dad, Grandpa, kind of put it off. And near his later age, when he got they were always old. When he got a stroke, getting ready to check out, he wanted to go to the church and actually do proper, get everything, before you leave here. My grandma nah, I've been asking for years. You didn't want to name it. You just find out one. She's like, just die, just how you are. That's
there you go. Fine. I like that.
That's an old love. And he's like, and she's like, you about to die anyways. You think I was married? He's like, you think that's it? He's like, when I die, he's like, gonna be 2 weeks before you die. I'm gonna come back and haunt you. This shit be fucking hilarious stuff. The whole time.
That's what you call love, bro.
Yeah, that old love.
Yeah,
just say some of the
Haitian love.
Each other. He was he's talking about not even 2 weeks after I die, are you gonna die? I'm gonna come back for you. So fucked up, bro. They just had a very awkward relationship, That's just that old love.
That's that old shit. That's when two people really love each other.
But societies come nowadays. You have more men that are marriages that almost like all-time low, starting to low down, and you have more men that. As we get more into late stage capitalism, things become more and more expensive. People are putting off kids, this, that, and the third, or people are thinking about financing. It's more and more as we get to the squeeze, as they're trying to squeeze money out of us. Guys always thinking about money, this, that, and the third. More and more guys, even though they don't have it, they're gonna be like, I don't see the upside of this. They don't really see the benefit of taking a deal that they're the ones that's not gonna break the deal half the time, and they're gonna be the one paying for it. It doesn't resonate to that. If you're still a regular
80% of the times.
Yeah, if you're still a regular hopeless romantic, by all means, that makes sense. That's what those guys are. But the guys that are against it ain't like they're against love, but the numbers don't work out for them. The shit that they gotta find a new way to package it and brand it and sell it because these new niggas ain't going for it. And what's even crazier is of those guys that are married, if they get divorced, they tend to be the ones that might remarry. So it's only a certain selective amount of guys that are even down for marriage.
Is there such a thing as knowing that she is the one?
No.
Is that not a thing?
You talking about first sight, first love type shit?
No, not first light, first. I'm talking about when I ask her to marry me, I'm asking her to marry me because I know we're gonna be together forever. Nothing's gonna.
Well, I feel like that. That's the reason you ask it. Guys actually believe in marriage.
I would think that's why you would ask, but
Yeah,
That's
men
just
actually
me.
believe in marriage. Yeah, if you ever forced into it, I don't know about niggas that forced it, but if us niggas that actually asked willingly that wanted to get married, we think it's gonna be forever. Men actually believe in the whole
So
forever
that means
aspect
if
of it.
someone didn't ask someone, it was because they didn't believe that they were going to last together forever.
It might be that, or
It
their
might be
fear
that.
of it could be, or their fear of divorce is greater, or they don't feel like they've had the proper etiquette. Maybe they haven't stopped cheating yet, or haven't stopped thinking. Maybe the other commitment that comes with, because it's a big commitment. Only women act like it's nothing. Like, oh, we can just do it. It's no different than boyfriend and girlfriend until you actually get married and they hit you with a complete switch up. Now
But say if you were like in your position, you got 4 kids. One of them just graduated high school, but you guys were never married this whole time, and she's been asking you this whole time to get married, and you never said.
My thing is I tell guys, do it when you're ready. Never do it when they're ready or anything else, because you're doing that. You're not gonna be doing the break. It ain't gonna be the guy asking for divorce. So do it whenever the fuck you're ready. Simple as that. And that was the generous me. You know what I'm saying?
But being 18 years,
there's niggas out here that hit you that don't do it. There's if you got a lot of seasoned married men, like, like, nah, don't do it.
Don't do it. They say don't do it because they already see what happened. They know what happened to them.
And you get a lot of that. Listen, society does a good job at branding marriage for one way, but it's not. They don't do a good job of selling it to men. And a lot of men are miserable or have that quiet anxiety, or that they say happy wife, happy life. But they're a different nigga when they're outside the house. Like a lot of niggas live half pretend lives.
Sometimes that's what you got to do.
But a lot of people ain't living like that. If they getting money, they're already up. Why would I put that to myself? But some people tell you, man, you got to do it because life is crazy. You don't want to end up like Diddy. So that's another thing. They try to say, man, just do it because shit could get rough for you out here. Go ahead and get married, because if not, like you said, the streets ain't safe out here.
There's a lot of trouble out there.
There's a lot of trouble out here.
Like Kendrick said.
Yeah. So,
you better off sticking with one woman.
And statistically, it makes more sense that way. It does make. I mean, if you're gaining assets is out there, it works better for you to just having the one, this, that, and the third. When you have a plethora, it bites at your pocket. That's a lot of bullshit that could come with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, but if men, for the most part, if you're already getting money, you're already up, and you're already sustained, you're already disciplined, you might feel like, I don't need that.
I'm for marriage 100%. As long as you're able to vet properly.
How long does it take you to vet? You're
10
you're
years,
4 kids.
nigga.
You're 4 years. Okay, you're 4 years in, 20 years deep.
Depends on the age. 10 years, I have the 10-year plan. I'm with the 10-year plan.
I said 4 years.
But the older you are, the shorter the time span you have, though.
Yeah, it is. Like when you hit over 30. No,
Yeah,
I would say when you hit over 30. Yeah, when you hit over 30,
you can't
you're
tell
talking about
you're on a 10-year plan.
2-year minimum,
which is crazy.
Or maximum.
What do you mean? If you're 30 years old and you just met someone, you have 2 years to propose?
2 years maximum, bro.
They're on a clock now. It's not the girl. The girl's on the clock now.
So you can't meet. So when you say 10 years, it's not that
10 years is
for
when you're meeting
young
people
kids.
college age.
Exactly.
College
if you're younger,
age,
there's no reason to do it early.
Shit.
Yeah, if you're younger, there's no reason to do it early, though.
Yeah,
they'll
for
tell
sure.
you otherwise. There's no get to know the person that's out there, and there's no reason to do it early. But when you're older,
church kids be doing that shit. I don't know why. My cousin got married young.
Yeah, but look at the byproduct. How is it in the long run? Are they
I don't know. They good right now, so we'll see.
It's not for everybody. Marriage has its quirks and ups and its downs. You know what I'm saying? It's still very much. It could just be that it's a very Western thing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's an aspect of it. Black folks are different. You know what I'm saying? So Charleston White, he went on this whole rant talking about how every man in the world has multiple women except in the West, except in America. That's their bullshit. So you go to Russia, you go to
it kind of resonated with me when I heard it. I was like that.
Like nigga Charleston cooking. I think cooking.
I was like, let him cook.
Let him cook.
He said only the peasant man is expected to have one girl. Only the peasant. He said any king, any great man is supposed to have a plethora. Only the peasant is expected to have only one. So like, damn, but I do realize that the West it makes the women very programmed. Places that allow the multiple wives, the women are more caring about the other girls in the West. The women are very much selfish on their own. Some of them won't even care that you cheated, more so that if you broke bread, they're more concerned about if you gave out resources.
It's capitalism, baby.
That's what the capitalism do to it. So the capitalism both ways. As the guy that has the capital, like, yeah, I'm just giving it to you, and you're also the person that's gonna walk out the door half of it. If you look at all the world's richest women, they didn't got there by industry. They're all formerly divorced women.
They slept their way to the top.
Yeah.
Power of the vagina.
What's thrown is they'll get their bread and then put a lot of that shit up for donation. They're out here fucking up your bread and giving that shit out.
Yeah, if I was one of those like Bill Gates money type niggas and I get a divorce and then she decides to donate half of my shit.
Yeah, how you gonna just take just to throw it out?
I might have to put a hit out.
Put a bag in there.
I might have to put a hit out.
Put a bag in there, right? Just to make no sense of it. That shit is crazy. Speaking of couples that divorce and bounce back, I seen how your girl. I have one that's on there. Tiana Taylor. People are saluting her, along with Cardi B. I guess they're saying that they upgraded. But you know that's online. We do a lot of. I don't say. It's not idolatry. What is it called when you idolize someone?
Idolizing.
Idolizing. I guess that's a good word. Not to be a wordsmith. but you know, if you go online, that's another thing. We're sick with the culture. We're always championing bad behavior. Women are so delusional, man. They're just always championing each other's breakups and makeups. Oh, you got it, girl. You know, they just automatically assume the dude's the worst. This, that, and the third. And the girl got a new dad. Oh yeah, that's right, girl. You didn't did it. I'm like, how many times have you been broken up with? How many bad dudes have you in there that you think that this is how it is, that it ends, that you think every next one's the right one? Like, you got to be that. Yeah. No wonder you're delusional that you still believe in this shit.
What is the end goal for Stephon Diggs and Cardi B? What is the end goal? What is
the people might think she's gonna get married? I don't see that happen to a young nigga that's getting bread. He's on a boat full of bitches giving him peak salt.
Yeah, come on,
He's
man.
No different
not you, Cardi.
Yeah, not you, nigga. This line up.
Come on.
I don't see how they don't see that.
Cardi's on her last. Cardi got like 2 more whole laps left in her.
She's not even trying.
She got Stephon Diggs. She got Stephon Diggs. She's gonna end up with another somebody, and then she's gonna marry some white guy.
That's exactly. You got to date out after.
That's it.
You gotta take that Eve route.
You gotta take that Eve route if you still want to ball up. But when it comes to your kind that you like, them niggas ain't gonna be checking for you after a while. And they don't want a society want to say that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of shit that come with it. You know what I'm saying? It kind of like, if you speak on that, it makes me think of your Tyler Perry this past week. He released a new movie. What's it called?
Straw.
It's got the internet going crazy.
Is that what is Taraji in that?
Yeah, Taraji P.
Yeah,
I saw the cover for that.
Some people saying it's
Taraji P might need to get some type of. I don't know about words. I like Taraji P acting.
Oh, I rock with her. You know, she's one of my favorite movies.
She's like super. She's like definitely underrated.
Yeah, definitely. She was pissing me off in the movie, but at the end, I realized why she was pissing me off. But y'all didn't watch the movie though, right?
No, I have not seen it yet. Is it? It's on Netflix.
No, it's on Netflix. Yeah, it was pretty good.
I'll probably catch it this weekend. Have a movie night or something at the crib. Go ahead. You're saying your wife what?
Oh, I was gonna say my wife. There was a part. My wife was kind of choked up during the movie. You know, girls getting emotional, especially Tyler Perry movies.
That's all I'm saying. So that's what they're saying. A lot of people saying. I've seen people online saying that it's a real tearjerker. He's gonna get crying this and third. But the other aspect of it is people saying Tyler Perry's got to stop. He just promotes us in the worstest ways. So I imagine the nigga got to be on there doing some kind of fuck shit.
Well,
like that.
It's like imagine a movie. Imagine a movie.
I already know.
Imagine a movie and you're saying this is a realistic movie, and everybody in the movie is black.
Yeah,
everybody in the movie is black. The only white people you see is police officers. Not one other white person is in the movie except for police officers And so I'm trying to think of somebody else who was white. Nah, every white person was a police officer. And I mean, there's some sad stuff that goes on. I don't want to tell nobody the movie, but there's some sad stuff that goes on. Taraji P did some great acting. Her crying is kind of too much for me. You can't be crying the whole movie. She was so antsy the whole movie, and I was at the end of the movie, I realized why she was being so antsy. I guess she had some type of mental breakdown because of something that happened. And yeah, I think that's all I can say about the movie.
So she's schizophrenic?
Pretty much.
No.
But you wouldn't know that until the end of the movie.
Okay. Thanks for ruining it for me.
I'm trying to tell you without telling you.
They're saying, Tyler Perry, he needs to stop with the trauma porn. Always constantly dumping this trauma. And I'm like, I don't see the issue. That nigga knows his audience.
It was a lot of there was a part where she was in the bank and she was just pretty much explaining, because she ends up robbing the bank pretty much. But she's pretty much explaining to the officer on the other line who is what's her name? Tiana Taylor, fine ass cop. Come on. You ain't never seen a cop this fine in your life. It pretty much explaining to Tiana Taylor how, like, her day and how everything was happening, and that was the trauma dump right there. That's the part that had people like the whole world is watching because somebody inside the bank is going live, so the whole world is watching her on the phone, just pretty much explaining her day and what happened about her getting evicted and her losing her job and her getting fired by her boss and not getting her paycheck. It was a lot. It was just a lot that happened, and I'm guessing that's what people got emotional about. Me, like, shit, niggas get fired every day, B.
Every day.
But the boss being petty as hell, her check is like $521. She's like, all right, you're fired. Okay, give me my check. He's like, no, I got the check right here, but I'm not gonna hand it to you because our policy is that when people get fired, we put it in the mail and you get your check in the mail.
Yeah, someone said it's all been solved that she had direct deposit. But you know what it is? If you've been around motherfuckers that just like, you ever been around some people like when it rains, it pours, their whole life's fucked up. Them niggas ain't got no car, they ain't got no direct deposit. For some reason, they ain't got no ID, so they can get a bank account. Like, how the fuck are you even alive this far along in life?
But see, and when we see the movie, we see the big picture, but everybody else, like the landlord, is hearing, oh, bitch, you always got some excuse.
Exactly,
but then the boss is saying, oh, bitch, you always got some excuse. And then the cop is saying, well, bitch, you always got some excuse.
But that's what I'm saying.
But all of them together are causing this girl's drama in this.
But they're not causing, because it's constantly, it's one shortage after another, and it multiplies.
It's all about life decisions, bro.
Yeah, just bad decisions. It multiplies, and you just need someone to give you a break. But sometimes you got to get your affairs in order at some point. This shit's wild.
So if I'm at work and I'm a cashier and I need to go, and the school's calling about my kid, and I need to come get my kid, she has seizures and shit, and I have to come see her. And then you say, I'm giving you 30 minutes. I go, but then I get run over by a cop. Is that my fault?
It's not, bro. But how I look at it is,
some people just need to check out, bro. Some people just need to check out.
I got me a nice lawsuit against the cop, so I don't even have to go back to work. I'm about to go on disability for a little bit. It's all how you play the game. You know what I'm saying? If you only look at it, oh, it's a bad day, I'm fucked up now, and I gotta go pick up my daughter. Now I'm late. Now I can't go back to work. Now I lost my job.
Well,
it's all about.
But then you end up being late, and then you go back to work, and then you get fired for being late.
But I already got a case from the cop hitting me. They got a small time. I'm about to hit the bank. Yeah, I'm not even going back to work. I'm going to the hospital.
But listen, I need to get this checked. I need to get this checked though, because I heard you, Juno.
Oh, my bad.
I need to get this checked though, because I need to go to my landlord, because I got to pay her money. Because if I don't pay her money today, my shit's gonna end up on the street.
I just got hit by the cop. I just got hit by the cop. I'm not even going to the hospital where my daughter's having a seizure. I'm about to buy me a new one.
The movie would have ended with me just staying on the roof of the cop car, but he's not getting up.
I'm buying a new daughter. I'm buying a new house.
He said like a new
Blue
dollar.
Where you get them from?
They selling them
At
somewhere.
Diddy's house?
You never heard of trafficking? They sell them.
Yeah.
Well, shit is crazy, but
Might have
I
to
get
holler at
people-
Diddy.
All that Diddy.
I don't see the issue with people
Allegedly.
saying that Tyler Perry does this too much. I like we all have different genres. You know, M. Night Shyamalan does spooky movies with a big twist at the end.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? The Italian guy does mob movies.
Martin Scorsese.
Martin Scorsese. Everyone, and he does. Tyler Perry does black films that got like a religious lean to them.
Listen,
Usually the good guy, all of Tyler Perry's movies, the good guy usually gets done good at the end. It ain't like they get
Not
done
this
dirty.
movie.
So at the end, she didn't win.
It's,
She was all the way through.
it's always
Yeah.
black people complaining about
If
black
she lost all the way
people.
through, if she lost all the way through, then at the very least, it's a true story. Because Tyler Perry's
She lost all the way through.
Tyler Perry's movies usually have you win all the way. You lose, you lose, then you win. I'm like, that's not real life. We started writing movies like Real World, like No Country for Old Men, or Come Hell or High Water. Sometimes this whole movie is about an L. And
Okay,
you
so
take it
now,
into it.
so do you understand why people might be?
If they're mad, I don't
legit-
say they're mad. I was like, it's about
No,
time black
I'm not
movies
saying
got that. We don't.
I
Have
mean,
to,
would they be right in saying that this is a great movie? Like,
if
not
it-
just
if
not
it's
just a
true,
great not just a great Tyler Perry movie, just a great movie in general.
It could be. I'll believe that because some people don't like the fact that they didn't. If there's no closure, but some they're not writing movies with no closure where the movie just ends. If you ever watch No Country for Old Men,
Nah, that shit ended.
nothing but bad shit, and the nigga just walks off into the sunset. They're like, that's life. Sometimes you don't get the end of the story.
Like fucking The Sopranos.
Yeah,
Why
exactly.
is there a problem with a nigga doing what he do good?
Exactly.
Like black people be complaining about some dumb shit.
And Tyler Perry said, I made more black millionaires than any other film studio out there is. And, of course, people saying I keep casting women, this, that, and there, but they're like, but that's, I feel proud. I get to cast these black women, different lights out there. But, Tyler Perry is, pander in chief. You know
That's
what I'm
fine.
saying?
That's
Yeah,
fine.
it's fine. And that's
People. He has an audience. People are watching his stuff. That's why he
Exactly.
continues to do it his way.
Yeah, let him do what he do well. Because once he tries something new in his bullshit, y'all gonna roast him
we're going to
for
be the
that.
first one to
Yeah.
roast him. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Stick
let
to
him
what you
rock.
know.
Because
And he's gonna milk it however he can, and once he's not, he'll find another. He'll start bringing another writers.
they're not gonna complain about the Italian guy that only makes Italian films
Yeah.
Not at all.
that we consume, that everybody consumes.
And the
What's
Italian
worse
guys
is-
are not mad about it.
What's worse is
Exactly.
they're always finding a thing with Tyler Perry. They're like, if he's not paying, he's paying his actors, sure, but now it's because he's not. He does the writing, he does production to keep the costs down. They're like, well,
So
that's
he's
because
not breaking bread. He's not breaking
He's not
bread.
breaking bread. I'm like,
I'm telling
bro,
you.
he's a small time studio. This is my business model. I pay my actors well, and I keep the costs down everywhere. Everywhere else does. I don't pay black actors. Period. I pay everyone else. What do you want?
If they're talking shit about Tyler Perry now, just imagine when Cat Williams opened his shit up. Because they say he just bought a bunch of acres in I forgot where. Was it North Carolina?
Cat or
Remember
50?
I told you I
50.
told you about that on Tyler. I went viral online on Twitter about that when I was asking why is Cat Williams even got a studio for? Has he ever been like a producer yet? And people are like, oh, you hate it. Does that? That became like a whole thing.
Why does
Sure.
it? What does it take to become a producer?
To get a whole movie studio, that's crazy to me.
I think half of it is just buying the property.
Yeah, but let me at least record. Have you ever? I was like, has he ever actually produced a movie that's done to just go from there to just?
It sounds like a little hate.
That's how people look. I was just wondering. I'm like,
Nah,
damn,
you a hate, nigga. You weren't wondering. That's called
A
hate.
lot of shit is just easy. The word producer doesn't even sound like a complex job.
It just doesn't sound like that. That's like I just became the NFL commissioner or I just became the NFL owner.
Shit happens.
Shit is strange.
Listen,
Like,
I just heard the vice president on Theo Vaughn's podcast. This nigga is surprised that he's the vice president.
well,
he wasn't supposed to be here.
He wasn't. Yeah, they placed him in position though. Originally.
Like they just pull this nigga like he was working at Winn-Dixie or something, and this nigga just like, hey, I'm just happy to be here.
He was a veteran. The Peter Thiel looked out for him, another billionaire.
That's the thing. Sometimes those are the good.
Niggas pluck you out.
Those are the best people in life, bro. Sometimes you just let the tumbleweed roll down the road.
Which is what I'm cool with, because especially with politics, I don't believe that you have to be a seasoned
You don't have
politician.
to be shaking shit up. Just let shit go.
Like a lot of Trump appointees never been in the position they were in before. And like, oh, like let's say now this guy's in the head of environmental. Like, what does he know about? Like you have to know.
Like I'm supposed to turn it down.
Yeah, I'm supposed to turn it down. Exactly. Get the fuck out of here. So sometimes these jobs were meant for the common man to run, and you know that's how it goes. The fact that we got them, the tricking us and making them think that the country's ran by attorneys, bro. That's why we're fucked. You know what I'm saying? Most of these people are lawyers. How else do we think it was going to turn out? If we were ran by, only way this country would be ran worse if we were ran by mechanics.
Yeah.
That'll get us every goddamn time. But it's ran by attorneys, so of course they're not writing the words in layman terms. You need an attorney to read what the attorney wrote. They could write all these laws in regular English, bro, but they choose not to. What else we have? We should be coming to an end, ain't it?
We had did y'all see that interaction between Kai Cenat and Wale at the BET Awards?
Oh,
yeah,
BET Awards.
So, did you see it, Swerve?
I saw it. My whole thing is, Wale shouldn't really be. I mean, Wale is a notable rapper, but he's not nowhere near the level of Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat in his level, in his streaming world, he's number one. Wale is like a C tier rapper. At that sitting right next to him was an A-list rapper. I could understand. Like, you tell me you see Snoop Dogg, you don't know who that is. I'm gonna be like, all right, you trolling right now. But for me not to know Wale, that's not a big deal. For a 25-year-old,
that's what I'm saying.
Not to know why. Not to know who Wale
Gen
is.
Z to know who Wale is
that's
and you take offense to that some way.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I don't even think he really took offense. He's like, they running with it. They going a little wild with it, and he kind of dipped off. I think the media kind of ran with it a bit more.
He said it's making me look crazy.
I'm looking a little crazy right now. They're running with it, and he's like, all right, I'm holler at you later. That was it. He didn't seem like he was pressed like, hey, maybe you could clear it up later. That was it. But people act like Wale was mad. What? If it just got me looking crazy online, if I don't get no attention, which does happen to Wale, I don't get no attention. But every time I get attention, it's bad attention. You know what I'm saying? And this is another one. Oh, look at Wale. He doesn't even know. They don't even know that now they're running with that. No one gave a fuck what Wale was doing yesterday.
Now we're making fun of the fact that
don't know
him. Huh? That nigga Kai Cenat said Wale.
Yeah.
He didn't even know that nigga name properly.
Which I don't know if that's a joke. I don't know if that's a joke between
They know each other, though. He said they know each other. They played with each other, at like some type of summer celebrity game or something.
But the interaction when they met each other, we're like, hey, what you doing? I'm up here. He's like, I play you. It happened so fast. Like, maybe that's why he's like, who was that? Like, that's why he's like, well, what do you do? I like, maybe he didn't think about it. I don't know. Or do you think he was joking?
No, also the Wale I know. When I saw the picture of Wale at the BET Awards, he had his hair up in a bun. Niggas wearing like some big weird jacket. You could have seen him.
Wale, you don't know. You could have,
you could have seen him and be like, I didn't even realize this was you.
But he's looked like that for a while now. But if you're not in the Wale bubble, you wouldn't know that. Yeah,
I'm still imagining Wale with the dreads just hanging straight down.
The short, exactly. He's been like that for a while now. But you know, Wale got like his own little following. He does hip hop, but he does it. He's in the wrestling world. He's always been wrestling, so he does. Sometimes he does promotions over there, shit like that. So,
nigga, you a wrestler? You a wrestler now, and you expect
he's not wrestling, but he's a fan of wrestling, so they let him do the shows there. Which, like I told you, a lot of people grew up. That's the dope thing about hip hop. Hip hop used to only be one way, but now we having people that grew up in different ways. So a lot of hip hop fans are also Marvel fans, comic book fans, or also wrestling fans, and now the artists get to see it. So Wale, you think a lot of folks in the hood grew up watching wrestling. And none of the rappers speak on it, but Wale got a lot of fans from that world because he speaks about it. He hosts it sometimes. And so he has a thing called Wale Mania, like a festival that happens around WrestleMania. And that should be sold out and doing pretty good. But
once you do wrestling, though, it's pretty much over for you. You're pretty much saying, I'm pretty much good with this rap shit.
Wrestling.
Name one.
Wrestling has so good. Like, to me, I feel like Papoose girl, her next stop needs to go be WWE. Like, if you want to get some real money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Because if you're calling WWE real money, then
It's real money, and it's not even that. It's the fact that Vince McMahon has managed to make us turn a fake thing until we treat like it's shown on ESPN. It's got a ticker symbol in the stock sign. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's wife is the Secretary of Education. This is big shit. This is not like WWE grew up in. This is a staple in America now.
That nigga living a good life.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say, would you rather be Glorilla, or would you rather be a wrestler, one of 52 wrestlers on this roster that working for Vince McMahon?
It depends on which wrestler.
Like if you ask me if I want to be The Rock, Stone Cold,
exactly the
Triple H,
the top 5,
Michael Jackson,
good. Yeah,
Shawn Michaels,
the big dogs, nigga, them that shit.
Brad Hart.
Legendary.
I'm taking the wrestler anytime over a female rapper or a rapper in general.
Yeah, that man. Like I'm saying, I've been watching like a couple. Before I go to bed, I'll put on YouTube, and like WWF will have like verses. They'll show you challenges, and I'm like, man, the what Vince McMahon created is crazy, dog. Like just the rivalries. Like I saw the couple weeks ago, I saw the Rock versus Stone Cold. That's like 2 great rivalries that happened, and you know what I'm saying. Then you'll have like Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart. And you got to think of all your favorite wrestlers: Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan. There's so much popular folks, and that shit was wildly racist.
Don't you think we outgrow that shit though?
Some of us do, but
that's what I'm saying. The people that never do,
it's still entertainment though. It's still entertainment. If
I'm
you
just
could grow,
saying,
it's because
like,
our artist, because we stopped rocking with, I stopped watching after The Rock, so I didn't grow up. I didn't see none of the John Cena. But I remember Swerve them telling me, "Oh, this guy's dope. He can actually rap." I was like,
John
"Get the
Cena?
fuck out of here!" Yeah, John Cena.
No, I never told you that.
I think you told me he could rap. You just told me John Cena could rap.
Never in my life. That
nigga try to put you in the group of people that never grew out of it.
No. Because John Cena has been popping in a while, but John Cena was, when he was popping, it was a little bit after us. And I remember people saying he could rap. Like, how y'all taking this white guy serious?
No,
like,
I seen the documentary of him rapping. That's the first time I seen him rap when I saw the documentary. I was like, this really happened?
Yeah.
This nigga was out here wearing short jeans, backward
chains,
hat.
That's his character, and Buff was about it. And John Cena is as big as The Rock. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We had The Rock and Stone Cold in our era. Pause.
Yeah, pause.
We had The Rock and stuff in our era. The person following that was John Cena. He's really that large of a star. We didn't see it because we checked out by that time. But he's usually after The Rock is John Cena. Then before that, you said
there's niggas our age that have yet to check out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not only that. If you watch it, like when I used to watch it with my dad growing up. There's people that watch it with their family growing up. They still go on family trips. Little kids, it's like watching hockey. It's like your team.
Just crazy, though.
And not to mention, some of our favorite wrestlers are still wrestling or just now retiring. Like Undertaker just retired this year. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. You got Shawn Michaels. That nigga's probably bald now. He comes back every now and then. Hulk Hogan. The big stars, they allow them to like leave and come back every now. The Hulk only has to do like 1 or 2 shows a year. He's the most popular. He's the richest celebrity out there, bro. The biggest one. He comes back and does 1 or 2 shows every now and then, and that's it, man. And they got a system over there, man. So that WWE, that world is huge. Like I said, just let alone the fact that we be watching that, the fact that ESPN covers that shit like it's a real sport. When Vince McMahon was able to pull that shit off, this shit is crazy. That to me is no different than when I'd see Wolf Blitzer and shit in movies playing as himself as a news anchor. But I was like, doesn't this kind of shoot at your own credibility? If this would be a real news anchor, but in TV shows, this kind of makes the TV look fake. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know where Nate trying to go with this. I wanted to get
Kendrick was at the BET Awards. Real quick. Took over pretty much. He won everything there was to win. He was actually at the BET Awards, so I'm pretty sure that had something to do with him winning a lot of these awards.
Mm-hmm.
What he was up for?
I'm pretty sure he won everything. Best collaboration. The winner was Luther, Kendrick, and SZA. Best male hip hop artist, Kendrick Lamar. Video of the year, Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar. Album of the year, GNX, Kendrick Lamar.
That nigga got album of the year?
Mm-hmm.
That's bullshit.
Nah, GNX is a great album though.
It's definitely not album of the year though. That's bullshit.
What was the better album?
I gotta see what came out last year. GNX didn't come out the same time as the Drake album, right?
No, I think that Drake was probably
GNX was a good album, but it definitely wasn't a good. It's not even Kendrick's best album, let alone be the best.
It's not his best album, but it's album of the year. I don't know which album was better than that this year.
I can't say.
Nah.
Y'all just hating. That's all. Because you can't give me a better album, but you're just like, oh, it wasn't that one. But I can't tell you which one it was.
Burna Boy dropped last year.
Fuck out of here, Burna Boy. Nigga ain't even American.
7?
Next, you're gonna tell me Shay's the face of the league.
Who's Shay? That man's the face of the league.
Why? Because he's American, right?
Because
don't tell me BET Awards gonna give album of the year to a Burna Boy.
Yeah,
not gonna happen.
Didn't what's the name got gospel album of the year, gospel song of the year?
Who? Kirk Franklin?
No, not Kirk Franklin. I thought they gave Kirk Franklin got lifetime achievement. I think what's the name got like album of the year or gospel song of the year? Gorilla, yeah. Kind of like the gospel people kind of mad.
It wasn't gospel album of the year. It was like a song.
Gospel song, yeah. Which like just because I feature gospel hoes, this is a gospel song, but
no, but the song is a good. It was a really good song.
A good song. That whole album fire.
Yeah, the whole album is
gospel
song.
Folks ain't trying to hear that. They don't want to hear that gorilla gospel. It don't make any sense that we're doing the BET Awards and it has a gospel section to begin with. Like, why the fuck is all a black genre and stuff stuck together? Like, why is our debauchery music mixed with our fucking God praising?
They do that.
There is a gospel award show.
It's a music award.
Yeah, it's music
gospel
award.
happens
gospel
to be a genre. That's like they do.
Okay, in the white music award, they're not giving out gospel
they do.
awards.
Yes, they do. You go to the country music thing that they do every year. There's a gospel section.
I'm gonna look into this. I'm pretty sure because it's always been like that with BT. Even on BT on Sundays, they had like a gospel thing. I'm like, as black folks, we gotta cram all because they don't have any channels. We gotta cram everything all in one little channel.
No,
all the thing. It didn't make any sense.
Gospel have their separate. Business. They have a separate awards that they do on their own, but
which gets no hype.
Every music award ceremony.
Nothing church gets hype.
Gospel has a section.
What's the hype? What's the hype Christian music out there? Who? Tell me.
I don't follow it.
But yeah, exactly.
They have their own. As far as you mean,
every now and then you'll get someone that pop out into the masses.
Like when Kirk Franklin gets a banger and that shit goes bubbling.
Exactly.
He goes to the BT Awards, goes to the hip hop awards. Like there's spaces that.
But there ain't no Kirk Franklin right now. Kirk Franklin have been popping for a while, so who's been that guy that's been taking over that space?
It's always like a handful. That's what the guys complaining. Like we keep giving the same award to the same people: Kirk Franklin, Mary,
and now we
are giving this shit to actual rappers. They're like, come on, next thing is we're gonna get that bitch to Gucci Man. What are we doing?
It depends on what the song was. If Gucci Man put out an inspirational record, then you got it.
This happened with Kanye with Jesus Walking. Kanye walked
exactly.
Kanye said no, he didn't want it. He understands, and he ended up rejecting it. So they didn't even have to give it to him. They were thinking of giving Kanye one for Jesus Walks.
Nigga, that album was fire.
He should have got it.
Yeah, and years later, this same nigga that's talking about Poop Diddy Scoop and Hell Hitler, they dodged the bullet with that one. You're gonna be associated with that.
That song doesn't change. The Christians are still going to use that as an anthem from now until forever, no matter what. Jesus walks. Yes,
they don't play that.
Yeah, they will.
Listen,
they don't play. Yeah,
music supersedes all this bad behavior.
To us,
yeah. So if a choir is in a competition and they got a really good voice and they want to win, and they be like, "Shit, you know what would really take us over the top? Let's do that. Jesus walks." That shit's gonna get them. They're gonna get first place.
Listen, I always felt like that. Yeah, when you hear that sound, you put on a choir or you put a chant. Once you put a group of people in, that's like a cheat code. That's why Burna Boy and a lot of Afrobeats music be rocking. Whenever you got a choir or you got a chanting group, it feel like there's a cheat code. Some people hate that though. I've heard people online saying that Afrobeats is trash.
They just be hating. That's just racism.
That's why I like I'm just not these black folks say this though, but
yeah,
like, I just not the right.
It's just a little racism that bled into blackness.
That could happen. I guess it depends because when dance hall was popping, not everybody was in the dance hall or soca.
Yeah,
it depends. Every now
that was a rough time for me. But every once in a while, Sean Paul would come out with some fire,
or Wayne Winder give you a banger. I didn't mind the dance hall era. Soca, I don't fuck with that as much, but when we went the Chico route with the Daddy Yankee, I was fucking, but every now and then they exploit. That's why some people feel like the Haitian one's the next one up.
I used to listen to Daddy Yankee.
I didn't listen to it, but that was a big thing at one point.
Chico rappers.
Yeah, Daddy Yankee was huge at one point. He fucked around and endorsed Bush or some shit, fucked up his career. But
there's always one, and then there's Bad Bunny right after him.
So if we, some people believe that the Haitian music is the next one up. That's why Burna Boy just did the song with the boys. So if Haitian music finally blow up,
when you say Haitian music, you mean like Haitian rappers or compa?
Like compa, like the compa music.
Because I haven't heard no. I have not heard
music right now. They sound just like background music.
Yeah, I've heard that, but I haven't heard no compa music being mainstream.
Yeah, Burna Boy's got one right now. So once that happens, once you get the biggest Afrobeat artists, then it becomes like a monkey see, monkey do. Everybody wants to get that sound, you know. Once
that hasn't popped up on your feed, Swerve, that song with Burna Boy singing the compa track. That shit pop up all the time.
Exactly, that shit going. So some people are like, this is the time we got to hurry up and kind of.
Our algorithm's a little different.
Yeah, man. I got my shit. Give me big booty bitches and music.
Oh, okay.
What y'all think of this new thing where these girls are putting the Down syndrome filter on thick girls so they can get more following? Because there's like this whole thing, people see Down syndrome girl, but you have like a regular thick bitch body, and people make jokes about if she's down, I'm down, this and third. And you know these girls are
That's
attention.
My favorite one.
Yeah, you know these girls are attention, or it's like, oh, they fuck with the Down syndrome girls. Now they getting themselves a Down syndrome filter. How diabolical is that?
Yeah.
Whatever trick these dumbass niggas out of their money. Whatever, get it.
Down syndrome niggas is sick, dog.
Niggas is sick out here.
But women are sick for going out. It just goes to show women will chase any beauty standard. As if we started fucking with paraplegic hoes, women's gonna have to break out the wheelchair.
You put niggas on a boat, on a cruise with some shades on and a bunch of thick Down syndrome chicks walking around.
And then you gonna see a bunch of Down syndrome people popping up.
It's gonna be a lot of broken necks.
This shit is crazy.
Yeah,
what are you on?
Down syndrome is okay. I'll go ahead. I was gonna say, but y'all go ahead.
Down syndrome is what?
I was gonna say Down syndrome is connected to thickness, just like being a midget is connected to thickness. So a midget, there's a few midget with Down syndrome.
Double.
Super thick.
That's thick.
You see the midget strippers? There's some bad ones.
Yeah, the tall ones are the nice ones. If you're too short and you look like a little turkey, like you look like a turkey that just standing up, I'm like, nah, that's too much. But if you got like some height to you, like 4 foot,
you can get it.
Yeah, you can get it with the bow legs.
Did we speak on your boy DeMarcus Cousins being suspended?
Yeah.
Fans are talking so spicy. My dog had to grab his dick and rub his nose. Hit that nigga that smell that fuck nigga. That's what I think about you.
That's fucking crazy.
Since you want to be on my nuts, nigga, how that feel?
What did he do? You got to slow this down for me.
I guess the fan was talking crazy to him, in the crowd.
Yeah, pause.
And you see this nigga grab his dick, walk up to the fan, and fucking, I don't know if he poured a drink, but I know he wiped his nose, grabbed his dick and then wiped his hand across
his finger face. across the player's nose, across the fan's nose.
Yeah.
Ah, that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Well, the fan was talking crazy all day. So
what did the fan do?
The shit broke out. They had to separate him.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
I might have had to pull a gun out right there and just shoot that nigga in the head.
It wasn't in America. Thank God for that, because you already know lawsuit was going to come with that.
Oh yeah.
So because it's not in America, he might just be he's suspended for the rest of the
year. But this is in Puerto Rico though. That's pretty much America. That's America Part 2.
I gotta see. I don't know if the laws are.
They don't got lawyers. They got regular laws. The same laws we got, right?
Yeah, that nigga's getting sued, Nate.
Sue for anything here.
Yeah.
He's gonna get sued.
America, if your coffee's too hot. We got a lot of bullshit.
Them Puerto Ricans is American citizens.
But you can't show your face after a nigga do that shit to you.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's why you gotta get sued. I need all my money. I need all
That's all you
that.
can do. Yeah, you got.
I need all my money. Because what else is there?
Yeah, you got.
Because it already happened. It already happened. I can't take that back. I need all that.
At the very least,
It's like Terry Crews when he came out and said that I guess they was paying grab ass with him or whatever. I'm like, once you already done told your wife that, now I gotta get the
they
money.
was doing it in front of his wife.
Oh yeah, see,
Grabbing
I
that
definitely
nigga
got
dick in front of his wife, bro.
See, at the time,
no,
that's
I'm
too
telling
much now.
you, Swerve, it was
You're giving me
Hollywood's
extra details
diabolical,
now.
bro.
them gay niggas,
Go listen
get power. They do what the fuck they want.
Go listen to them Terry Crews interviews about that situation. He'll tell you niggas did that shit in front of his wife and just hold his dick, bro.
That's crazy.
That shit. Bro,
I feel like for somebody to do that to you, that means they must have been in like some type of threesome activity. They've been naked together at some point.
Listen,
what's crazy
or they were gonna be naked together at some point.
What's crazier? That happened to you or the car ride back home with your wife? How do you explain to her that you didn't jump off bad, or did his wife talk him out of it? What happened? He said something.
Bro, that's one of those.
I don't know if my wife would be able to hold me back on that.
What did he say the wife said?
I don't know if either him or his wife. Someone talked. He was very pissed off, but it was either him or his wife talked him out of it, like from not exploding.
What do you mean? What do you mean by pissed off? When you say grabbed, do you mean like or was it a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
The latter.
Yeah. He make it sound like a nigga like I got a grip that be like some mighty fine cock you got there. I don't know as big as Terry Crews how you like this nigga violating you, bro. I don't know how you.
Yeah, bro. That's something you gotta die for.
It's probably happened to him before in one of those meetings, and now dude wanted to try him in front of his wife and see what you was gonna do. It's a test.
Yeah, bro.
That shit's thrown. He didn't do anything that day.
You gotta kill me.
He kind of got mad, and he didn't do anything all the way into the lawsuit when the Me Too movement came out. So that's what made him look weak, because he was like the only guy that was in the Me Too movement.
People be trying to. I saw this video where it says like this guy, he was just like regular like business owner, but he would have people. His interview would be like at an ice cream shop or something, and he would like tell them to put pepper in their ice cream. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it changes the flavor or what, but he would tell them something, and he would say, "Yeah, just put the pepper in the ice cream," just to see if they would do it. And if they don't do it, then they're not getting the job.
Yeah,
I'm like
that coercion.
I'm like, that's there's levels to it, then, huh? Because somebody like Epstein's not
says a pepper ain't gonna stop me from getting a job. Say that damn much.
Yeah, but that's just the beginning. If he's thinking, if I could get this nigga some ice cream with pepper.
Once you do that, that nigga know he got you.
Yeah, exactly. If I could get him to do this dumbass shit, put pepper in his ice cream.
This is the thing about gay folks, which I have to go, which I haven't done in a while, which I have to go on my monthly tirade.
Well, gay folks,
they practice in trickery. They move in
that comes with the bag. They're wizards.
They're like wizards. They have to trick people out the draws. They're men already. They're already predators. So imagine having to trick other men or other bigger prey. So they have to trick you. Like, if I could get them to do this.
Like jackals, like the hyenas. They're not wolves. They're hyenas.
They will trick you out of this shit. Try to trick you out of this shit. Remember I had a gay nigga I used to work with. He said, "Hey, we going out this weekend?"
Oh, the one that tricked you?
He didn't trick me. Nigga tried to trick me. I couldn't read the gay signs. But I go back after, like, this nigga might have been gay. He was always trying to hang out. This out there. The reason that kind of realized this guy, that nigga had like a name belt. You know, he had a nameplate belt.
Oh, yeah.
And it's shit.
Oh, yeah. Because that shit, the bedazzled belts was dope, but those definitely was for girls.
Yeah,
you can't be a man with that.
I had another homie that I'm pretty sure is gay. He was always trying to buy me shit real cool. That's why I'm telling them niggas it's tricky. So if you a friendly guy and you're cool. But they
you just think he's being friendly. You like, yeah,
but they can't
take a drink.
Their hand too early. So if you kind of what's the word academics are calling these flexible niggas, then they got you. But if you're not and you can't read the room, you can't read the signs, they can't have a chance. For example, I can't read it. But if you happen to do it, they throw in the little subtles, try to
like
in there.
Like when Pete. Like when P. Diddy always inviting niggas to go shopping.
Exactly.
And some niggas will be like, 50 be like, nah, nigga, I ain't going shopping. But somebody like Meek will say, nah, let's go shopping. Now you got pictures of us online. You got pictures of us online wearing the same t-shirt.
Yeah, now you got me looking crazy. Exactly.
Yeah, looking crazy out here. We wear the same shirt and shit like you my brother, like my big brother.
There's no such thing as a friendly guy to me, bro.
It's so strange.
Nah, I knew niggas when we was in high school that was getting money and they used to buy clothes and share clothes.
That's different.
That's different.
Even that's strange.
That's different from you meeting someone and that person being a guy just like being super friendly to you, bro.
It's
like the shit Nate talking about. The gay guy buying him gifts and shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Trying to buy me gifts.
That gay guy was
trying to buy me gifts.
That guy was good.
Nigga told me to buy me some Reeboks for my birthday. I'm not turning down shoes. I'm like,
yeah. Okay.
See, those.
As old,
nice and lubed up.
Me, dog.
Getting Nate nice and lubed up.
You buy bitches shoes, you got them.
And he got you 2 pairs of the Rees.
They got the
black and the white. The black and the white? Oh, man. Nate just pulled them drawers down. Let me wiggle out these drawers right now.
He never delivered on them. Time was trying to meet, he never had delivered on them. So he probably trying to lure me on the dating switch.
It's crazy.
Which was really insulting because that nigga thought he'd have got it for the free ski. See? You gotta pay. You gotta at least pay for the cakes. But yeah, a lot of gay men operate in deception. They have to trick a nigga out the draws and shit like that. And
I feel like that's almost impossible, right? Because
it's not really
tricking. But it's not really tricking though.
If you,
I can understand. Exactly. That's what I mean. Exactly. Ain't no tricking.
Sometimes they'll get the guy drunk. They'll get you drunk. There's a lot of predatory shit happening as well. They get them drunk. They keep having them. Hey, more drinks. You know what I'm saying? Nigga let a kiss on you. Oh, I'm drunk. My bad.
No way.
What the fuck you doing? Oh, I'm drunk. That's his line. Oh, my bad.
My bad. I'm drunk. That's the gay. That's what the gay guy says.
Exactly. That's his line. You know
that's his line. But straight guy.
If you go with it, he got you. Listen,
if you go with it, that means you're gay. He just knew it.
But if he throws one on you and you're like, you push what the fuck you do? You're like, oh bro, I'm drunk. My bad, dog. Play that, no mind. He got his cop out.
No, that's not a cop out. Nigga, I know what you are.
I'm just letting you know these gay niggas. They
because that ain't never happened to me. They know one of my straight friends start kissing on me, and then I say,
I'm just saying how they operate. Operate.
And then for me to still be a free man out in this world is crazy.
No way. Juno trying to kiss up on me, and then I'm like, hell, hold up there. He's like, my bad, Swerve, I'm just drunk.
You don't just say my bad. You're like, oh, my bad, dog. I'm fucking.
My bad, dog. I'm fucking. Nah, cuz.
Ain't no way.
You hit him with that. Where that bitch went, dog? I thought it was a bitch.
I thought that was you. You got the same beard. You got the same beard she got.
No way.
Listen, man. I'm just saying,
Nate. You gotta know your surroundings, bro.
You gotta read the room.
They operate in trickery and deceit and shit like that. And men know men. That's why men are always have a healthy fear or healthy distrust of gay men. Women are the only ones gullible enough to fall for that shit. Just saying. Sometimes gay niggas be throwing dick in women. Some of these girls got that gay best friend that every now and then when they both get a little saucy, don't think he won't beat it up.
Yeah.
These niggas is diabolical, bro.
Shit's crazy.
Either way, I don't know how we got to that segment.
We got OKC versus the Pacers in the finals. It's already 2-1. What y'all think is gonna go to, or who y'all think gonna win?
I don't know. Shit's crazy out here. You know what really fucked it up is the fact that OKC lost game 1.
Yeah.
Because it shouldn't be like this right now. Because right now, if OKC has to win game 4.
Indiana definitely have the momentum.
They have the momentum.
If OKC loses game 4, they're gonna lose.
It's over.
They're gonna lose
the series.
They're gonna lose the series at home.
Oh, game 7.
No, game 5.
Oh yeah, game 5.
Yeah, if
How's the viewership going? 'Cause
OKC
NBA
loses
doesn't-
game 4, they're not gonna win another game.
Yeah, they have to get it back to
They have to get it
2-2.
back to 2-2.
And then once they get back to 2-2, then OKC's back in advantage. They have the advantage again.
Yeah.
How's
Because-
the viewership going?
They say the viewership's down.
Yeah, it's
They say
two
this
small
is-
market, two small market teams. Nobody asked for the shit.
Nobody asked for it, and even though a lot of people,
that's the genius of Vince McMahon. Sometimes you got to control the outcome.
yeah, but
When
even though
people are paying good money. I heard every now and then people try to say the NBA is rigged, that this, that, and the third. Like, nah, no bullshit. But they'll tell you certain shit, like they'll call certain shots. You can see how they'll make. They're like, you already see this stuff. Like when you're a superstar now, you get way more shit. So you can already see how there's certain stuff baked into it. But I like our whole game's rigged. I don't know if it's that much, but.
But you're saying the brilliance of Vince McMahon, but the brilliance of Adam Silver was a lot of people were upset about the fact that we were getting
the same teams,
the same Golden State, same Cleveland, Miami, Spurs over and over, same champions back to back to back. Within the last 7 years, they've been a different champion every year. So he actually solved the problem. And out of these finals right now, somebody's going to be a champion for the first time. So he solved the problem that people were complaining about, and it's kind of just this is what you get with it. You're gonna get more champions, but you're gonna get finals like this. But anybody can win.
So
is what people wanted.
With people saying that, they must also have to agree that it's rigged. Then
I don't know. It's not that it's rigged. They made it so that teams.
So it's not the same. It's not the same teams that are back in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
They're adding more competition, making it harder.
They made it harder through contracts though, so now you can't. It's like you can't have.
Like super.
You can have.
Yeah.
You can't really have super teams like that.
Back then, the players weren't coming together. That was the workaround. The players started coming together.
That's crazy.
And pause. That's a whole lot of pause. Jesus.
They said they were coming together. They were working around. Really circle jerk.
Oh Lord.
Pause. But the players now, since LeBron and them, since they started creating super teams, they have to try to find a workaround for that.
Yeah, so now they say that there's not going to be any more super teams. You're not going to see big threes anymore. Now you just have to have. You're going to have that one super skilled player that's going to be your number one, and then you have to have like 9 deep.
9 role players.
9 role players. Just like
I feel like there was a pause that should have been.
It was.
Yeah,
but
I know. He let it slide. He let it slide.
So,
yeah, like the Pacers, just like OKC, just like the last Golden State team that won. Boston.
But I mean, if anything, people that think about conspiracy like that's no different than some people feel like America is like a giant game show. Like, are we ready at the point where we're ready for they don't give us I feel like how much things can happen in my lifetime. It's always kind of crazy. Sometimes I feel like I don't have main character syndrome, but I always feel like almost everything I heard about before I die, I'm going to see it firsthand or experience it. So I didn't believe we was going to have a black president. I don't even seen that. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, I imagine, I don't know if we're ever going to have the woman president.
But just look back.
Trump seemed like he is staunchly preventing that from happening in my lifetime. We're not going to get the woman president.
But just look back at all the stuff that you missed, though, that happened before you were even born.
Nothing compared to what I've seen.
A lot of stuff you missed.
No, we live in a crazy time.
Bro, I've lived through school shootings. Shootings. That's a rare shit. That's never happened. I fucking seen an alien saucer.
He wasn't there.
Huh? I wasn't there. I was at the same school. What are you talking about? Got evacuated. There. You were there. You just happened to be in the same classroom. Wasn't even the same block, but I was right there. What I'm just saying, my parents came to. I didn't have to see it.
Levels to shit. Nigga, I was in there with the gun. I think I seen the gun.
Yeah, survived.
I seen blood, nigga.
Listen, I knew the school shooter. We shared the same name. At the end of the day, I'm going up to people, motherfuckers just wailing because they only heard Nate shot.
Yeah.
I was the more popular Nate Swerve. The other Nate was a no.
Yeah.
After that day,
he became the more popular Nate.
He was
Damn, that's crazy. Because at one point you was a popular soldier boy, and then that nigga came and stole your shit too.
In my lifetime, that happened as well. See,
2 times. That nigga stay stealing your shit.
Not only that nigga blew up off of LimeWire. He didn't even blow up off regular. That nigga was a genius enough. He would put other people's music like put up 50 cents, get rich or die trying, put that up for its stream on LimeWire. You go to download it and you hear nothing but Soulja Boy. That nigga was the first nigga to throw his way into getting a record deal. I've seen that happen in Lifetime.
Genius.
It is a genius. We've seen 6ix9ine happen in Lifetime. I seen all sorts of shit, bro. We've seen all sorts of stuff in our lifetime. Trump coming back. Trump's victory this go around was incredible.
Yeah,
you know
bro.
Nigga's supposed to go to jail. They try to lock this nigga up. They put everything against this nigga. Came back around and won. This shit was incredible.
Yeah.
Almost got shot two times.
Trump's second victory was.
That's phenomenal. That's some shit we've never seen. We've seen some shit in real time. That's
once in a century.
You guys are
thing,
you guys are thinking so. You guys are delusional, so small thinking. Right?
There
have been whole civilizations that started from the bottom, went all the way up,
not in one lifetime.
Crashed out and then and disappeared forever.
But not in one lifetime. We're talking about in our lifetime, in one little span, so much change. We've seen fucking Elon come from PayPal to create X to shoot up rockets to rockets being caught by forks.
Okay. I guess you mean in your little short. You talking about in your little short 40 years, you've seen a lot.
We're driving electrical cars.
Okay, I thought you were saying that you've seen everything there is to see.
No, I'm saying I've seen a lot. And
compared to
this period that
we've seen what's important. Like them other niggas, they want on shit.
I might just need to start journaling this shit because we never know when the reset might come. We don't know who's going to be responsible for the new passages of the new Bible.
And you think it'll be you?
I might have seen enough.
You might be the last one.
I'm not the last one, but I might be. The Bible have different scriptures, different passages. Different people. I might have seen enough that I could write a book. I could have my chapter in there. I might have seen enough that I could give a little bit of stoicism, let the people we see it along the way. I can lead the people astray a little bit at different chapters. We've seen a lot of shit, dog, from murders, the shootings, all sorts of stuff, dog. So in our lifetime, we've seen also. It's crazy.
In the book of Nate, he's going to say on the 7th day, he said, "Let there be brunch."
And look at brunch is another. Brunch became super popular in our lifetime.
What recommendations y'all niggas got, man? Because Nate talking crazy.
My recommendation for the week is Step Brothers 4 by Don Tripp.
That nigga dropped. It's new.
It dropped maybe last month. He probably got a new. Don Tripp drops a new album every month.
I think I heard that one.
It might have dropped last month. This is him and Starlito, which they haven't put out an album together in like 3-4 years. But when they get together, them niggas no skippables, straight fire. It dropped May 9th.
I fuck with Don Tripp.
So it was like a month ago. Yeah,
every time it pop up on my thing, I'll listen to it at least one time. Nigga be spitting pause.
He's an artist. Oh, before you give your recommendation, before I give we didn't just give your quick thoughts on the Wayne album, but give your recommendation though. We'll go back on.
What you got, Swerve?
Recommendation for me, I probably got two things. I would say listen to some Key Glock. That's probably one of my new favorite rappers right now.
Oh, fire.
And go watch the movie Straw. And go watch the series Forever on Netflix.
Forever. What's that one?
Forever. Girl, boy, black girl meets black girl. They're live in the suburbs, but they wasn't supposed to meet each other. They met each other. Girl's dating the black girl. Black girl had a sex tape. Black boy finds out about the sex tape, but he's like, fuck it. This is my baby. This is my baby right here. I ain't going nowhere.
What's your recommendation?
Did I recommend Big X the plug before?
We already know all the fat rappers. All of them except for Rod Wave.
Big X the plug fire though.
Yeah,
I've been listening to that nigga music for the past couple of days.
He got a track called 2 a.m. that's fire too. With Ron Osley sample.
Story? Yeah.
Yeah.
That nigga be using some fire ass samples, dog.
But
he got a song called Microwave Fire.
You ever listen to Big Moochie Grape?
His flow is usually consistent, like the same.
Yeah.
Except on this Wayne album.
It's probably because the beat is different. That might have been the best track on the Wayne album.
I like him. That was with him and
I like that track.
That's the type of production Wayne needed throughout that entire album. Like that album felt like Wayne took some shit out the studio, out the safe from 10 years ago, beats, and just rapped over them. The production, I didn't like the production.
So did you like the album or no? I take it as you didn't.
It's hard to not. It's a bad album though. It's not good.
I
But
think
what's crazy is if you see people online creating new beats on it, then you realize it's not the lyrics. It is the production. The production is trash.
that's all it is. Because he's giving us the same lyrics he's always been giving us.
Exactly. But with these sorry ass funky beats, elephants sounding off.
If he would have dropped this in 2009, then we would have been like, oh yeah, it would go. But not right now.
And it doesn't sound like it was put together at the same time. Like the beginning has that little skit in the beginning, like the Carter intro. That sounds like some shit Jay-Z and them with the back in the day then. And then now you have stuff with the Big X sample now. It don't blend together. It don't sound like it's a bad mix.
He doesn't listen to new music. He never listens to outside music. He's like Eminem in that way where he just listens to himself all day long.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to
tell now.
I want to say that we shouldn't even have the opportunity to say that this is a bad album because we should have never gotten this album. He should have never went. He should have never even went past Carter 3, Carter 4. It should have stopped right there. Why is it that one of our GOATs is still? I understand Nate be saying that, oh yeah, we can. He still has it, but he should have been branded himself to the point like Snoop Dogg, where he doesn't have to rap. He can rap if he wants to. Jay-Z can rap if he wants to.
Well, I think he can rap if he wants to. It's the fact that he's also doing something that's never been done before.
Maybe that's what he's.
What's that?
He's doing a series that's ran this long.
Yeah, exactly. The series didn't have to go that long. Jay-Z is considered one of the GOATs, and his Carter volumes went to 3, 4.
No, Jay-Z didn't have Carter. You talking about the
I mean, the life and times of Sean Carter.
Well, here's what I'm saying. The thing that made the issue out of the Carter is the Carter 1. The Carter was supposed to be named like a double entendre. It was supposed to be off New Jack City, the Carter building where they're selling dope off. That was like the first album, the Carter. The intro, you see him walking into the building. He's rapping about it, selling dope in the intro and the outro. After Carter 2, they completely went away from that.
Yeah, it just became a name.
Title. It just became a name.
Yeah,
and everything from that just kept going. Not just Carter just being the thing. Like how you have a series, but there's no. It's like having a movie, but every movie.
Yeah, but you should have been gave up on the series when they gave up on the series.
Just realize, but the nigga didn't. He was still rapping up to like 3, so he was still rapping good. I didn't have to give up on it.
Did you guys see the commercial for the album?
He ended up fooling with the Jay-Z stuff he did though when they show all as he's aging, it has all the background.
Yeah, all the transformations, AI, and
shit looked dope.
That shit was dope as fuck.
Yeah, shit's fine. Stole it right from Jay-Z though. Remember Jay-Z did that with the blueprint. The blueprint. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when he stood, you see him transferred.
Lil Wayne shit is dope because it goes from being an adult to back to a kid, back to us. Then that shit was dope. You got to check it out. So
that album did not deliver for that dope ass cover. That album did not deliver at all. And even worse is
it's the production because when you listen, Wayne still is sharp when it comes to like.
Absolutely, yeah.
He's still giving you the same great punchlines.
The punchlines are still
same
there.
Metaphors.
It's the production.
Yeah,
but you see where they got him at now. People talking about Wayne ain't really rapping about nothing. Wayne Ben ain't never really rap about nothing. But now, what happens is when you're here long enough, people always find different critiques to try to knock you off your pivot.
That's why you should have been stop rapping.
He didn't have to been stop rapping, but you got to know what you do.
He wasn't able to stop rapping. You know whose fault this really is? This is all really Birdman's fault.
How so?
Because if you were really invested into Wayne like you should have been growing his brand the whole time instead of just robbing him like you were doing. You should have been growing his band to the point where why is it that Wiz Khalifa got his own strands of weed? And all these other rappers got clothing. Wayne don't got no clothing brand. He don't got no weed.
I don't think
he don't got no skateboard brand. He don't got no shoes.
How much money Cash Money makes off just music? They don't have to do all that extra shit. Wayne was making a killing. Don't forget Drake and
it's not enough.
Nicki are his artists.
Rihanna right now is a retired billionaire. She's not thinking about music no more.
It wasn't off of music. It was off of cosmetics.
Off of branding. Exactly.
Yeah.
Wayne. Why Wayne can't have his own strand of weed and should have been a billionaire by now?
He could have very much been, but Wayne was
not while Birdman is out here robbing people.
I want to say it was Birdman because Wayne was very much just a musician. I can't get you brand deals, this, that, and third. When you full musician, full rock star, you looking like a junkie. This nigga look like he's aging. So he's so locked in his own world that he don't even care how he looks anymore. He just, I don't care about his music.
That nigga's only like 3 years older than us.
Bro. And then he looks wild. But because he's in his own bubble and always done what he's wanted. He's a real rock star. He's always done what he's wanted from the beginning. Can't no one tell him anything. I'm like, there's no reason I side not both the best female artist and the best male artist, and I don't have them featured on my album every time. It don't make any sense. There's no Nicki feature. There's no Drake feature. That alone will push me over the top. And he's had like maybe 3 consecutive albums without them featured on there. You're not outselling your own artist. You're not bigger than them. So what's the point? We still have to move the needle here. It don't make any sense. Like, are we just dropping the drop? But I do feel Wayne can come back though. If Wayne takes the Don Trip method and drop an album every month.
Nah, we're done. We don't need that no more.
Nah, man. It's gonna be. We're gonna call it trash in the beginning.
He could do it though. He could do it.
He could definitely. If anyone could do it, he could do it. Because I never before Don Trip, it was only Wayne we referenced to.
I've seen Wayne put out strings. I've seen Wayne put out strings of music where it was lots of trash and lots of bars at the same time, and it didn't change anything. Everybody's opinion of him, he's the GOAT. No, he's one of two. Him and Jay-Z.
What happens is you gotta stick it out until you catch another hit. Gucci Man, this out there, keep hitting. You can't go out on your sword like this. You definitely don't want to go out on this beat in your last album. That shit's
you trash. Don't want to, but shit, sometimes Jordan had to wear a Wizards jersey. It is what it is.
But why do that when you could catch another one?
It is what it is.
With that being said, we're gonna compile up a playlist of classic Wayne and the best music we feel that Wayne has provided. And we'll probably
some of our favorites,
some of our favorites of Wayne, and we'll put that playlist out probably sometime next week or whenever the next episode.
We'll drop it. Do you want to put it up with this episode or?
Nah, we'll do it next time we come around. Just make sure you show up when it's time to record, so we can put it out.
Just be here,
I don't want to lose the momentum of the Wayne
ain't
talk.
No momentum,
we're not gonna lose it as long as you show up on time.
Yeah, bro, it's there.
Ain't gonna be no momentum loss.
We already got the playlist, so basically, next episode we're gonna give y'all the link for it, so y'all can check out the That's Absurd playlist, Wheezy playlist. Let us know what you think. For all you folks that either new to Wayne or don't really know Wayne, maybe you can see a couple of. When we dig in the crates and find out a couple of bangers, he is really one of the best rappers out there. You know what I'm saying? He don't really rap, like you said, he don't really rap about anything, but he does have tracks where he has tracks where he does rap about things too, which people don't really realize.
Yeah, so when the playlist come out, you guys will understand.
But that's the thing, just like the tracks you showed me on the playlist, say some of the ones you're picking, some people want more of those from him.
That would be nice. But he's past that.
There's really no past that. If they're tracks about life, you can always talk about something. No, it don't have to be. You can talk about how things currently are.
We don't need that. We don't need that from him no more.
We don't need that, Nate.
No, what they're saying they don't need from him is what he's doing now, just rapping about nothing.
We don't need rap from Wayne. Period.
Oh, you're saying you're done with Wayne. You're like
we're done. I'm not saying just like the same way I love LeBron, but. I don't need to see LeBron no more.
That's when you can't perform at a high level. There's no reason.
LeBron is still great, but I still don't need to see him no more. I've seen him enough.
There's no reason why in hip hop you should be retiring when it's your brain. You should only be getting better as you get older. Look at Nas. Look at Pusha T. And Wayne should be one of those same things. There's no reason, and he's young. There's no reason why he should be retiring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that nigga only like 40 something, like 43, maybe, not even, probably 40.
Who you talking about, Wayne?
Yeah.
That's old for a rapper.
Not anymore. Jay-Z's like 55.
Jay-Z's a rapper?
Yeah,
Jay-Z, you talking about the NFL guy?
Jay-Z the rapper. Each time he does
Jay-Z don't rap.
It stops the world. Anytime someone can get him to do a verse, he don't rap.
Yeah, exactly. That's how Wayne should be. Every time I get you to do a verse, it should be like once every 2 years or 3 years, I should hear a verse from you. Listen, just like Snoop Dogg. I don't hear a verse from Snoop Dogg every year.
Well, Snoop Dogg's even older than them, but even now and then, Snoop Dogg gives you a drop it like it's hot.
Yeah, exactly.
Snoop still dropping albums.
Yeah.
Every once in a while. He might just hit you with something. But this guy, I see him on commercials and on TV more than I see him in the music space.
Wayne should have definitely been a bigger brand, though. As big as Popular Heezy was, they should have.
Come on.
But he was making
skateboard shoes. The Rock, he could have had a guitar brand or something.
He was making so much. Them boys making so much hip hop money. You know what I'm saying? That, you talking about $1 million.
Birdman's making so much hip hop money. Not them boys.
It's not only Birdman, him too. Don't get it straight. They took a while for him to even realize he was being ripped off because he was up for so long. They kept him happy, and even then, Birdman settled that since then.
You don't remember when Birdman tried to kill Wayne?
Sometimes you gotta kill a nigga if you don't want to pay him. If you owe him too much, it's either I pay him or I gotta knock him off. Sometimes it's cheaper.
It makes sense.
Knock him off.
Makes
You
sense.
gotta knock him off. And his catalog's only gonna go up if he dies. It was really only a win-win.
But it didn't happen.
It didn't work, and we smoothed everything out.
He tried to get them who is it, the rich, not rich homies people, Young Thugs.
Young Thugs, P. Longway and the boys.
Yeah.
So they shoot up his school bus, shoot up his tour bus. But people look at it as fucked up. We talking about big money here, so it's very much plausible. Like Juno says, big take little bank. So niggas will try to knock your head off out here for that.
All right, folks. Y'all know what to do. Hit us up on That's Absurd Pod on Instagram. That's Absurd Pod on Twitter. That's Absurd Podcast on Facebook. And you can always drop an email at that'sabsurdpodcast@gmail.com. And the voice line is always open. All you got to do is look through the show notes, click on leave message here, and we'll get you featured on the pod. You already know what time it is. Did I miss anything, fellas?
I don't think so.
That should be it. We give them the good one. We got the That's Absurd, the Wayne Weezy playlist. We'll give you all.
And the playlist is coming out, and we are out.
Well.